Am I live? Am I live? How we doing, YouTube? Are you okay in there, little buddy? For God's sake, this is shit. Sorry, that was really loud. YouTube is horrible. And shit, man. This is horrible. I can't even find myself. It's not even showing me anywhere. I didn't know you now had to click go live because they forced this hideous thing on us. This hideous new streaming setup. Look, there's me. Oh God, please shut up. I don't want to hear any of that. Whew, this is a nightmare. This new setup thing they forced upon us, this streaming interface thing is a nightmare. I hate it so much. I hate it so. Oh my God, I hate it very much. Here, let me share on Twitter that I'm doing this. I am what the kids would call discombobulated. Because this sucks. Oh. Oh boy. All right, let's share this and see if any of my new little buddies with hate boners for me show up. Maybe, hopefully, we'll get something interesting going on here. Hi, guys. Oh my God. So, I now have whiplash because we went from being terrified of saying any scary words and getting blacklisted by YouTube to now the more crass and awful you are, the less likely you are to get the pantsuit off of you. So, yay! I don't understand what's going on. I really don't. I'm going to have a fancy schmancy little drink here. I feel like I've got a cat hair in my eye, which means I probably do. Here, I have to, you see, the thing with these is they're very neat. They're very neat. Nobody cares, but I'm going to ramble anyway. These things have vitamins, but they're in the cap because when you buy vitamin water that has the vitamins already in it, the vitamins lose potency in the water. Ugh. So if you keep the vitamins in the lid and then you put them in, the vitamins and the flavoring and such later, and you shake them up, then they're fresh. It's very nice. It's a very overpriced drink. Not really. It's fun. I enjoy it. I enjoy it thoroughly. So, oh boy, how are you guys? I am, oh, I'm looking kind of weird. I'm on the cusp of an autistic meltdown here because they changed the YouTube setup and they forced, yeah, they did that to us. They made it very not good and we didn't get to consent to this, but it's here. Mort, what are you on about, says Ryder. Hold on, I'll see what you guys are saying. Hi, Diogenes, the Gamer Cynic. Welcome. Oh, I didn't know it was your birthday, Ryder. I'm so sorry. Happy birthday, man. A viable ninja, the real victim. I remember struggling with your name previously. I apologize, and it's going to happen more today. I give the second howdy. Hi, Lion Patriot. How are you? And hi, Michael Hatfield. Hatfield. That's a name that famous people have, I think. I know I'm drinking something other than wine. I know it's a travesty. Sometimes I drink some water. Sometimes I do. Freaking, yeah. Hi, Joys of Sorrow. I'm sorry, yeah. I don't know if Magog mentioned it anywhere. I apologize. We took the Thanksgiving weekend off. He might have only mentioned that on, like last Monday's show. That we were going to take Friday and tonight off. I believe we're back on tomorrow night normally, so we'll see. You can check with Magog if you want. Bug him on Twitter or something, maybe. But yeah, I apologize if... I should have mentioned that too just on my Twitter. Like, we did not do the side quest tonight, but we will be back to normal soon. Tomorrow night, I'm pretty sure. This is really good. So yeah, I just wanted to stop by and say hi to you guys because I I know I've been making videos pretty consistently, and I know I'm on YouTube like all the time, but I haven't streamed in a long time, and I wanted to say hello and apologize for that. Hi Lincoln DMZ, welcome. So I'm sorry, the thing that I'm ranting about here aimlessly is that for any of you who have tried streaming through YouTube, you might have seen the old streaming setup made a lot more sense. Like the page you go to, the dashboard thing where it shows you a preview, it shows you like how well your stream health is going, it shows you how many people are watching the stream and where you type in your description and stuff. They changed that. YouTube always does this bullshit thing. Pardon my language. I'm just going to swear since apparently that's now what we're supposed to do to not get fined. I don't understand what's going on in the world at all. Clearly the wealthy, all-knowing government people and the wealthy, all-knowing YouTube people know everything and know better for me what I should do than I myself. That felt very grammatically perverse. Anyway, they changed the like streaming layout. Like you used to, if you went to live stream, you used to be able to go back to the old YouTube live page or whatever. And now they just have this hideous new thing that's like, oh my God, it's hideous. It makes no sense. The interface is awful. It just is a nightmare. It's a mess. And I know a lot of people have been complaining because they don't know exactly what they're looking at because they intentionally like rearrange things so much when they do these weird overhauls with their overlay that you don't even know, like you don't know what's going on. So anyway, I apologize. I am grumbling about this weird new like streaming dashboard thing they have forced on us. It's hideous. It's not helpful. It sucks. I hate it. Have I been blunt enough? Anyway. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I wanted to talk about exactly. I'm wearing my shirt that was made in like a Chinese sweatshop, my super cool Kaiba Blue Eyes shirt. I was like, where's a Blue Eyes? There's one. Yeah. And I'm wearing my UA little gold. Oh, come on. Can you guys see it? My UA necklace? I think you can see it okay. Yeah. I haven't caught up on today's My Hero Academia, or yesterday's or whatever, so don't tell me. I have not watched the newest one is what I mean. Not yet. Yay, hi Race. Yeah, so I feel like weirdly disconnected from you guys, even though I've been posting videos pretty regularly. I have not been streaming so much, so yeah, I wanted to come say hello. Side quest, holy crap, takes a lot out of you. It is exhausting for an introvert like me, you know? So I don't have much energy to do any streaming otherwise. I'm covered in my own hairs and it's making me anxious. Did I get your Patreon money today? Thank you so much, dude. I appreciate that. Race is my newest patron and that means the world to me. Thank you so much for supporting my content. Dude, how are you, Dylan? Hi. You should be on Discord or Twitter more. Yeah, I know. I need to get on my Discord more. I need to share my Discord again so you guys can see it. Did you get that shirt on Amazon? Said Joys of Sorrow. I think I got this shirt from one of those. No. I'm thinking of something else. I think I have no clue where I got this shirt. Here I can, oh, my feet are asleep from sitting on it, but I can show you guys a little bit better. It's just the coolest shirt I've always had. I love people like Kaiba. I love just like emotionally unavailable jerks. I don't know where I got this shirt. Like, I know it came from a really sketchy website, like probably some sweatshop where the poor workers are horribly underpaid is where it came from. It's like, you guys probably, no, you can see a little bit. You can see like the quality of the fabric. It's like silky soft. It's like rayon or something. I'm not sure. But it was one of those things where like it was a really, really cool design. It might have been AliExpress. Hi, Jimbly. You might be right. I did a thinking face. It could have been, you know what, it might have been AliExpress, I'm not sure, but it was one of those sites where it was just a crapshoot. I didn't even know if anything was going to come in the mail because it was so sketchy, but I was just dumb and I risked it anyway, so yeah. And then I wore this shirt once in a video I did a long time ago, where I was talking about how much I love Breath of the Wild and just like how much I love the Zora because I'm a xenophile. But then I couldn't find this shirt after we moved. And I was like, where is my Kaiba shirt? And finally I found it. Folded up. Chaos Eve says howdy. Aw! Aw, I love Chaos Eve. She is so sweet. I'm probably on at the same time as someone else, aren't I? I'm so sorry. I tried so hard, but my YouTube subscriptions are screwing up. Like, I feel like more people should be streaming right now than it's showing me. Because I try so hard to stream when other people are not streaming. So I don't step on anybody's toes. Okay, she's live playing Deus Ex. Well, if I didn't literally just now say it and forget, tell her I said hi. And as always, I'm sure this disclaimer gets really annoying, but I just want to make sure you guys know, like, people always feel bad. They're always like, oh shit, how did I miss your stream? I'm so sorry, I didn't know, or, somebody else is streaming right now, I don't know what to do. Like, if you ever feel conflicted about whether to watch me or somebody else, please don't feel like, I'm not going to take it personally. I'm not competitive. Like, if you want to watch my stream, like, in the next couple days just for background noise while you're working or something, that's totally fine. I am not, I'm totally not bothered or not offended by, you know, like, prioritize people who do this as a job, or prioritize people who work a lot harder than I do on my channel. Like, don't ever, like, feel bad if you watch somebody other than me or whatever. You could like the video and leave it muted in the background to give me some, like, watch time, but it doesn't matter. I really don't care. I'm so sorry, you guys. This crap with the new live chat, you can't turn it to, like, black text on a white screen. And my eyes just aren't adjusting very well. I have a really weird issue with my eyes where if there's, like, white text on an LED screen, I cannot, like, my brain can't make sense of it, and I don't know why. Oh my god, I think I have a cat hair in my eye. Can you guys see, which way do I need to look? This way, I think. Can you guys see, like, this eye got all scratched up and it's got, like, a bunch of, like, burst tiny little vessels in it, and I have no clue why. It just happened out of nowhere and my eye hurts. But I'm so sorry, you guys. I'm going to try and catch... Oh my god, dude, there's so many of you here. I'm going to try so hard to catch up to everything you guys are saying, but I'm just... You know, now that my channel's growing a little bit more, it's hard. I'm not used to not being able to respond to every single message, so I'm so sorry if I don't catch everything you guys say. And hi, Jimbly. I don't think I said hi, specifically. Hi, Vincent Van Holt. Did I say hi to everybody else? Maybe. Dylan, you said something really sweet on one of my recent videos, and I kept meaning to get back to you, and I didn't get the chance to, like, reply to comments yet, so I apologize, but thank you so much for being so cool and supportive. What am I seeing? Oh, you know I got it, Race. Thank you. I appreciate that, dude. Thank you so much. She loves having Seto on her chest. He's hot, dude. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I had crushes on so many fictional characters as a kid. We've talked about that on here before. It is just degeneracy and cringe in equal measures. But yeah, Kaiba's hot. Well, I'm gonna find out he was like 17 years old or some shit in that anime when one of these people, like, hate stalking me on Twitter is like, yeah, I'm gonna call the FBI. You're a child molester because you thought Kaiba from Yu-Gi-Oh was hot. Okay, homie. Okay. Whatever you say, buddy. Hi, Shiogarath. You can make a whole deck out of blue eyes, and they did. That is insane, dude. That's amazing. Hashtag elf maidens rule with tyranny. Exactly. I've been... Oh, chat jumped. Thank you, chat. Thank you. Very cool. I was joking recently because I lost 2 of my keys. Like, my little key ring broke. It was just one of those weird little, like, bead chain things with the little, like, thing where you push the bead in to the thing that holds it. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I had this really flimsy thing because our house got broken into in, like, July. And the guy took a bunch of my keys, and we never recovered them. So we had to have the house rekeyed, and we had to have my car rekeyed. And so since then, I've had my keys on this little flimsy thing, because my key ring I used to have, I lost. And I lost my Hawks keychain too. Dick stole my Hawks keychain. I love Hawks. I'm obsessed with Hawks. Okay, I'm so many tangents about fictional characters already. I'm sorry. But anyway, so like the little cheapy keyring thing burst, and I lost 2 of my keys. Like, I was carrying them in my hand. I set them down on the table, and now I don't know where they are. They are gone. Like, I found a spare car key, thank God, but the one door, we can just lock it, and then we just have to remember to have the key to the other door, because that door we don't have a key for it. It's just stupid. So I was saying to tech support husbando, I think the gnomes finally are striking back. They're finally rebelling against my tyranny. My slave gnomes in my basement. They stole my keys. You sent me something on Discord. Thank you, dude. I appreciate that. Or background noise while you're playing Final Fantasy 15. Yeah. I only care about not clashing with side quest on Mondays and Fridays. I end my streams a half hour before side quest starts. That's really cool. That's very much appreciated, Race. And that's probably good for you too. Like, any of us who came together because of side quest, like, you always, like, if there's something bigger like side quest, a lot of your viewers are going to go watch that instead anyway, unfortunately. You could try a Chrome plugin that turns pages into dark mode. I could look into that, Jimbly. Yeah, because I have a Chrome plugin that reverses things. Because sometimes I'll just read like walls and walls of fan fiction, and I need to turn like the night mode on because my eyes are bleeding after a while. I'll check that in just a second, Ryder. Thank you. Have you tried Streamlabs OBS? Most of the layout is dark, including live chat. I installed Streamlabs OBS, but I'm so scared it's just so different that I'm terrified I'm doing everything wrong. I need to talk to Magog about that. He said he would help me out and give me some pointers on how to use it. But I think I'm going to start testing that out soon, because this crap is just this new, like, thing that they forced on us. I'm sorry to use that terminology. You know what I mean. This stupid, ugly, like, whatever the hell. What is the word? Oh my god. You guys get to stare at my chin pimple while I struggle here. Overlay, the backstage, the dashboard. Yes! Yes! The dashboard, the new, like, YouTube Live dashboard is hideous. I'm fuming at it. I have that issue with my eyes, too. And the cats, too. Yeah, I don't know what happened to my eye. Like, normally I'll rub it too hard from being itchy or something, or I'll be trying to get some, like, mascara crap out of it. But I don't know what happened. Like, just all of a sudden, it's like, oh. It just did that all of a sudden, and I didn't see or feel anything scratch it, so that was kind of worrisome. Hi from Eve's stream. Aw, thanks, Jacob. I appreciate that. Assassin, the Queen of Chaos forgives you this time. Okay, good. Especially Lamau. Hi, Skittles. Skittles said, wait, I just got here, but now it seems like we should all send a bunch of messages really fast now. For God's sake, dude, come on. Good on you for growing an audience. Thank you. I appreciate that a lot. Kaiba was 18 in season 3. For God's sake, I can't. I tell you what, man, having crushes on fictional characters is just the same as being a vile child predator, according to a big chunk of the internet. It is. These people are insane that you come across on Twitter, and it just disgusts me, you know? Like, I don't know if you guys have seen Anxiety War. His channel is, like, one of my favorite channels, hands down. Like, Oni Plays and Anxiety War are probably my favorite 2 channels on YouTube, and then some, like, true crime stuff. But Anxiety War, that channel is this guy who he basically does To Catch a Predator, but he does it himself, and, like, the Canadian government has tried to stop him, and he won't stop. He lures these scumbags, you know, by pretending he's an underage girl or boy, and then he films himself meeting them, because he's this hulking, like, 7-foot tall guy who's a runner, and he films his confrontations with these guys and interrogates them like, what were you doing? You knew how old this person supposedly was. His channel is phenomenal, and that's one of the things, like there are so many people doing good things to protect children, and like one of the things that he said, his name is Zach, the guy who runs the Anxiety War account. Why did I just check my phone? Oh, yeah, to check Discord. Sorry, Ryder. I'll remember eventually. I'm so scatterbrained. One of the things Anxiety War has said... is that, like, the only thing that works is scaring these guys. Like, oh my god, I'm sitting on my feet and they hurt. Give me just a minute. I'm sorry. Ouch. Like, the only thing that works to keep child predators from offending and grooming children and seeking them out is fear. So people have said what you're doing is going to make it harder for law enforcement to stop these guys. And Zach's like, no, it really isn't. Law enforcement takes forever. Like, they will be gathering data on child predators for a decade before, like, the FBI or whoever goes after them. Do you know how many children can be groomed and how many lives can be destroyed and how many little minds can be traumatized in a decade? Like, law enforcement is trying, but they are vastly under funded. Like, one of the things that there should be a shit ton more resources for in the government is tracking down child predators. And that's not happening, you know? But I agree with what the guy who runs the Anxiety War channel says. The only thing that's really going to keep these people from preying on children is fear, is scaring the shit out of them by showing them that you can try and meet up with somebody that you think is a little kid online that you're talking to, and it can be this hulking, like, 7-foot tall guy. And you're really, really lucky that he's not trying to go to jail, you know? But anyway, so, like, there are all these people actually doing good, constructive things to try to protect children on the internet, you know? There's so many resources to help educate minors on how to avoid being groomed on the internet, how to avoid giving away too much information to strangers. I know that that's a huge tangent, but I should do a video on some of that, on some of the best articles and some of the best information, both for minors, but more importantly for adults. Like, if your child is being groomed or preyed on, whether online or in person by somebody, there are some telltale signs to look for, you know, like once it's already started. It doesn't matter how much you, like, try to tell your kid, I won't be mad at you, you can tell me anything, don't trust people who say this or do this, or strangers or whatever. You know, but there are resources that everybody should be aware of, you know, to try to protect children from this stuff happening, and to try to, I don't know, you know, figure out, God forbid, if it is happening, or to figure out who's suspicious. But I've got this bullshit going on Twitter. Everybody does, but there are all these disgusting, like, puritanical little slacktivists on Twitter who are marching around trying to police what people can draw and, like, what characters people can ship. Like, It's just insane. There are so many of these like Tumblr refugee types on Twitter who will genuinely argue that like if you ship like Bakugo and Uraraka, for example, I don't know, or like if you ship like Naruto and Sasuke, or who's popular, who do the kids ship? The kids ship that one guy from Demon Slayer with the other guy from Demon Slayer. I don't know, I'm not very far in that. Like if you ship fictional characters or you draw cartoon characters in a you know, suggestive way or whatever, there are so many of these lunatics on Twitter, these just self-righteous little monstrous Tumblr refugee slacktivists who they will do everything within their power to ruin people's lives for like thinking that cartoon characters are hot or whatever. They genuinely are vile enough to compare that to the people on the internet. The internet is just crawling with these scumbags who are grooming children, you know, and trying to meet up with them and get like lewds from them and God forbid what else. So I just went off on that tangent because I always thought Kaiba was hot, and you better watch out. You better make sure I don't live within 5 miles of a preschool kids because I think Seto Kaiba from fucking Yu-Gi-Oh is hot. That makes me a child predator. Never mind all the scumbags that Twitter is crawling with. I am a monster for joking that Kaiba is hot. It is just, oh my God. People like that are vile. People like that are just disgusting. Those types of people don't think women can be child molesters. Yeah, a lot of them don't. It's just sick. But yeah, that's true. It's like a lot of the creeps that are like Cartoon Network animators and stuff, and who are like weirdly infesting children's entertainment to a strange level. A lot of them are women. So everybody's like, haha, it's so funny and quirky. Women can't be horrible bad people, you know? It's just the men. It's just the men who like anime. All of them. Somehow, I don't understand. I don't understand the Tumblr people. I don't. It doesn't matter. He's a fictional character. Yeah, exactly. Your chat didn't show my message just now, lol. Really? That's weird. Skittles said, I cannot for the life of me understand people being hung up on the age of fictional characters. Do they want a pretend trial and fake jail too? I know exactly. It's like, it's scary how much these scumbags have changed the climate of the internet. Like, I used to take pictures, like, I bought a Bakugo body pillow, and he and my Reagan body pillow and my Motifa body pillow all, like, sleep in the guest room. Like, they share the guest bed, because I don't know where the hell to put them. They're large, and I don't think things through before I make purchases. But it's to the point now where it's like, I legitimately have hate stalkers. There are legitimately these like little busybody, delusional fairy tale world Tumblr refugees who, if I posted a picture of my Bakugo body pillow on Twitter, would be like at FBI in my replies. It is insane. People are nuts, dude. Change the lock maybe. See, the thing is, I don't think anybody stole my keys. I just think I put them somewhere idiotic. Like, I don't think the gnomes are going to do anything too nefarious with my with my keys. Thank you, Assassin. You shielded the show. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Hi, memes of destruction. Dylan said, speaking of ages of fictional characters, I got an issue with how they do ages sometimes. Hello, how do you say your name? Gludgi? Your name sounds like Shat. I know. Haha, wooey. I fucking know, dude. I know. I try and pronounce it all French-like at the beginning of my videos. I call myself Chat-Mort, and you're straight up just saying Shat. There's no getting around it. You're just saying Shat. How you doing today? I'm good. I'm not going to stay on here for super long, you guys. I actually thought I was streaming for like 9 minutes. I was just grumbling to myself about this bullshit, horrible new setup YouTube has. I didn't realize you have to click go live. You used to just be able to click start streaming on OBS and you would be live. So I'm not going to be on here for super long, but I'm doing pretty good. Each time I go to the brine, I have to drop kick a gnome who wants my wants my underpants into the canal. I like that. Oh, if you ever want or need a producer for your live streams, I could do that for you. Setting up the layouts. That's awesome, Race. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. I will bear that in mind. Burn whoever made the new YouTube dashboard at the stake. Yeah, exactly. Oh, you have crushes on the female Inklings. That's so cute. I know people love the Inklings. I think has Corey, everybody calls him Corey Spaz Kid, like that's his like middle and last name. Has Corey been posting like fan art of the Inklings or retweeting it recently? Because I found some somewhere and I'm like, probably freaking Corey retweeted this. The rest was a no except Tristan and Joey. They're good. I love Joey too. I always had a crush on Joey. It was like, not people I have crushes on in real life necessarily, but like the really hot-headed, loud-mouthed morons were always the characters I had huge crushes on. I loved Joey so much as a kid. Crowdfund new feet for Michelle. My feet are okay, I just don't treat them well. Yeah, don't use Twitter if you don't already, dude. It's just a disaster. Anxiety War may be my new favorite channel. Anxiety War is phenomenal. He is a goddamn hero. Like, that boy is a hero. He's doing God's work. He's doing what the FBI and the Canadian FBI, what they can't do, you know? Like, that kid is a hero. Like, all these gross, dumb, little delusional Tumblr kids who are so desperate to, like, white knight for fictional characters that they're willing to trivialize the literal unending nightmare that, that child victims of predation and abuse go through. Like, all of these disgusting little delusional scumbags who are willing to throw people under the bus who've gone through unspeakable horrors and think that they're doing something good. They think they're doing something good by running around maliciously slandering people for drawing cute anime girls and stuff and shipping fictional characters. They need to take a goddamn look at Anxiety War. Because unless you're doing the kind of shit he's doing, you're not helping, you know? Like, he's actually doing something constructive, and he is amazing. I hope he stays safe. I hope he doesn't, I don't know. People are always saying he's gonna get shot. Like, the first thing I heard about Anxiety War, I was watching somebody else stream, and she said that she loved his channel, and she was like, what he does is amazing, but he's gonna get shot someday. And I was like, well, that's intriguing. What does he do? And then I watched all of his videos that he has not, like, privated or deleted, and that guy, Zach, is just, he's a hero. He is a good, amazing person. Without consequence, there is no motivation for change. I hate the direction psychology is going right now. Yeah. Government doesn't want police to catch predators because many of the government officials are pedophiles themselves. Exactly. Exactly. Freaking exactly. Like, if the task forces that try... I'm sorry, I'm yelling so loud. My, like, little mic audio thing is going bright red. I'm sorry. If these task forces weren't, like, pathetically understaffed and underfunded, half of the doors they would be knocking on would be government officials' doors. Like, look at who Epstein's close friends were. They were all rich and powerful scumbags who have had... Well, I don't want to make excuses for people. I was going to say they're the kind of people who have had so much of every kind of, like, carnal pleasure you can have, and they're such morally bankrupt monsters that the only thing left, once you've desensitized yourself to everything else, is preying on the innocent, you know? And I don't mean that as an excuse, obviously, by any stretch of the imagination, but, like, you know, I was talking to my fiance about it. I'm like, these people are evil. How can anybody be that evil and depraved? And, you know, his thoughts were, some of them are just evil, you know, some of them are predators all along, but a lot of them, which is even more insidious and horrifying in his mind, are, they're just people who, when you're incredibly rich and famous and powerful, once you've tried everything, you know, like Leonardo DiCaprio, like people were in a tizzy because he went home with like 20 like 19-year-old models one night. Like, once you have had everything you can have, and people will throw themselves at you and give everything of themselves to you if you're rich and powerful, like, and you've done all the drugs and you've had all the sex and things, like, what's left once you've desensitized yourself to everything? You know? So people who are morally bankrupt just get more and more extreme, you know, and that in a way that just very quickly nosedives into evil, you know, into the kind of things you should be publicly, slowly executed for. Yeah, Gludgi said, if you support gay people, what's wrong with... I know. I had somebody say that recently, on Twitter. Like, I was talking about these disgusting scumbags, and it makes me so freaking angry that these just vile scumbags are everywhere. They're grooming children constantly. Like, look at how much Onision's wife was able to get away with because she's a girl. She's an unattractive... I'm not trying to misgender anybody. I'm just saying this person, Onision's wife, is a biological female, you know? And she still isn't getting much scrutiny, or whatever the hell pronoun, I don't know. Onision's wife is still not getting much scrutiny because they are an unattractive biological female. When they are being just as evil, you know, to minors as Onision is. Like, there is this insane double standard. And yeah, I was talking about that recently, how the internet is just crawling with these predators, these monsters. And yet all these Tumblr kids are like marching around screaming at people like, this person drew Izuku and Bakugo kissing, so they should be in jail and they should have their job. Like, if somebody's being freaky and gross, that's fine. You can denounce that all you want. But you do not get to trivialize and undermine and belittle and downplay the literal living hell that people go through who have been groomed and preyed upon. You do not get to throw those people under the bus to police icky shipping drawings and things like that. How dare you? Like, these people are just delusional scumbags to think that they are, like, they're fighting the good fight and they're on the front lines of stopping predators. Like, they're delusional, and it, you know, it infuriates me. And I was talking about that, and I had one of those people come along who's like, oh, so it's okay to be gay and bisexual? Well, why isn't it okay to be a child predator? I didn't even respond to them. Like, if you're that dumb, it's not going to do any good for me to respond to you, you know? They stopped making Demon Slayer. I thought that Demon Slayer... I keep mixing up Demon Slayer and Demon Hunter. I'm talking about Kometsu no Yaiba. That one. With Nezuko. That one, I thought they were done with the show, but they're making a movie to, like, conclude it. Hi, G Prime. Just saying hello, little darling. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. You're primarily a lurker, but felt compelled to be a little bit sociable. That's really sweet. Thank you. This is the natural conclusion of internet blood sports. Gosh. If you don't think a person's persona is hot, does that make you a bigot? Probably to somebody, man. Oh my god. Especially when they do this shit to a former victim. Exactly. Yeah, there's somebody on Twitter, and I believe them. It's somebody I've talked to quite a bit on Twitter, and I believe them. They say that they've publicly said, I'm not going to say their name, but on Twitter this person has piped up a couple times and has said, hey, I was molested as a child, and I am fucked up mentally from it, and I would much rather, you know, have to see creepy lolly drawings sometimes on Twitter and block those people than what I went through any day. There's no comparison. And it is insane how these gross little like Tumblr slacktivists, the second that an actual victim of abuse pipes up and says, hey, I think it's creepy, but it is nowhere near what I went through, and don't you dare invoke my trauma to censor what people can draw or write. These people will turn on victims so fast. It is unreal how quickly like the facade falls away, and they're like, I don't care about you. I don't care about what you went through, you disgusting scumbag. Yeah. It's just, these people are vile. They're vile. Like, I'm not angry, okay? I'm pretty angry. You took that morality quiz and you got close to the same score I got. Really, Dylan? Oh, that's interesting. Yes, Jimbly, yes. There was that one guy who self-inserted himself as a love interest in the new Powerpuff Girls lol. Yeah, that shit's a little creepy. You know, they're cartoon characters. They don't have rights. They don't need protected. But yeah, this greasy, like, late 20s dude wrote himself into the Powerpuff Girls so he could, like, make googly eyes at them. They're in kindergarten, aren't they? I don't know how the new show goes, but I'm pretty sure the old canon was that they were in kindergarten. Like, it is insane how many of these creeps get into creating the entertainment for children. It is crazy. And I'm trying to remember that girl who was, that woman who was like tweeting about like stalking 14-year-old boys around the mall and like all flustered and giggly about how cute they were. This was an adult woman, mind you. I know she was a writer for some show, but I don't remember what like new age cartoon it was. But yeah, it's like all of these creeps somehow like worm their way into children's entertainment, and it's just so insidious. Hi Zeralath. Don't forget to hit that like button. Yeah, I would appreciate that. Like, comment, and subscribe, yo. Whatever. Who could hate the Chat-Mort? Some people. Some people. Other women, mostly Lamau. It does actually seem like I get a lot more shit on the internet from other women, which is so dumb. It's like, I'm not really that saucy or flirtatious or anything. Like, I'm not out to steal your mans, anybody. Like, I don't know. It's jealousy and hatred. And I don't know. It's weird to talk about, but I don't think there's that much to be jealous of. Like, I have better self-esteem than I used to, but I just the amount of sheer, like, venomous hatred and jealousy people have toward me on, like, Twitter and stuff when they come across my selfies is bizarre. There's no reason for it. I hope he does the Inkling soon. Oh my gosh, Corey's art is amazing. Just his shading and his shapes and the motion and the weight of his figures that he draws, Corey is amazing. Like, I wish I could talk to him about his drawing. I wish I could just, like, watch him draw and see his, like, process and stuff. It's redacting your swear messages. No, that really sucks, dude. We're gonna have to come up with code for all the spooky bad swear words. Any thoughts on the Onion losing his Patreon? Vincent asked. I am thrilled. I am absolutely thrilled that Onion Boy lost his Patreon. But as soon as he did and he had that meltdown, instantaneously, just nonstop, people have been having all their videos about him copyright claimed. He is panicking because he lost his income. So now he's stealing everybody else's who is completely legally and fairly commenting on his very public meltdown. So it's good because it's showing that he is panicking, which is, it feels so good to know that he's like losing his mind because he just lost his income. But it sucks because all these people who are completely fairly commenting on his bullshit that he does are getting in trouble, you know? I was on a previous stream of yours. I had a good time, so I came back. Sweet, dude. Gloogy, I'm sorry. I always make things harder than they are, or they need to be. Don't take that out of context, please. Do you need your gnomes taught a lesson or two? I don't know. I might need to whoop them. I might need to whoop my gnomes. But either way, I found my spare car key from when we got my car rekeyed. From when that little heathen broke into our house and stole my keys and our stuff. But I bet you love number 4 from Kids Next Door. I vaguely remember having a crush on him. It was always the blondes too. Like in real life, I'm not that attracted to blonde dudes usually. But yeah, I think I had a crush on number 4 as a kid. I wasn't a huge fan of Kids Next Door. Like I wasn't super enthused about it, but I still watched it a bunch. Oh, you're gonna DM me a comparison of our chats. Do it, dude. Do it. I will try to check. Try to remember to check here. You want me to listen to the stream? You will send me the link, but please be in the chat. I will try to be in the chat. Live up to your name. Yeah, I will. I will at least be there lurking while I'm here as well. Hi, Rape Prostate. How are you, man? Read Carl Jung. He is amazing. I didn't know much about Carl Jung before my favorite singer did her newest CD. It's called Shadow Works, and the CD is basically about her overhauling everything about her own psyche, and delving into what was wrong with her to fix it once and for all. After her life fell apart, she went through a horrible breakup, and it was named after the Carl Jung, you know, his terminology for that, shadow work. Live and learn. Oh my god, the chat jumped like crazy, you guys. I'm sorry, I need to catch up a little bit. Ray said, I love how some asshat on Facebook said Trump was on the list of Epstein associates. There's so much evidence to the contrary. It's ridiculous. I know Trump said something about how, like, after a while he, like, cut ties with Epstein or wouldn't go to Epstein's island. Like, I wonder if it was one of those things where it's like everybody goes and they're like, you gotta go, man. It's super cool. Have you been? And then he went and he's like, oh my God, I've been and I'm not into this. Like, I know he like, attempted to or said that he severed ties with Epstein. Oh, I'm getting DMs about the new Rick and Morty. Okay. Whatever. All right, give me just a minute. Let me see the difference between our chats. That is insane, Jimbly. Like, Jimbly is saying so many spicy things about Spaz Kid, and they won't show up. It just won't let him say them. That is so weird, dude. I also suggest lectures by Manly P. Hall if they survive the... Okay, well, I will look into them. I appreciate that. I had to misspell Jeffrey's name. YouTube muted it. Are you kidding me, dude? That is insane. That is crazy, dude. Diogenes said, sent you a Discord message chat when you get a moment in relation to the Epstein thing. Lol, saw your post about this on Twitter. That's, yeah. Glugy said, speaking of trans people, I recently started dealing with my gender dysphoria head on. Wow, good for you. That's, I can't even imagine. That would be, you know, yeah, that's gotta be a pretty serious undertaking. I came out to some friends and one of my friends has it too. Oh, wow. So I had someone to relate to on this journey. Well, that's wonderful. Good for you, man. Mad Matt. Hi, Mad Matt. Weird. Some reason my previous post isn't showing up in chat. Yeah. No. I'm seeing that, Matt. I see that you said it's effed up, but like make sure you're looking at live chat instead of top chat. And the problem with this stupid bullshit OBS thing is that like it will not show live chat. So it's like if you guys do the chat replay, you can switch it to live chat and hopefully see everything. But like for my like video, for my visual for this stream, I can't show a lot of the stuff you guys are saying because it won't let me switch to live chat to show that. Ugh. Gross. I'm not very ladylike. I'm sorry. Don't you dare hinder my hero complex with your past abuse. Yeah, exactly. Man, I'm a little riled up. I kind of just want to talk about fictional crushes. Oh my god. Oh boy. Oh god. Oh dear. Yeah. Jimbly asked, were you into Axel from KH2? I won't lie. As a fully straight guy, I think he's kind of weirdly endearing in a way. Yeah, I thought Axel was super hot. I absolutely did. He's gorgeous. I sent you something else on Discord. It's a live stream you do Sunday at 11. Okay, thank you, dude. I appreciate that. I will find that here. I'm not seeing... I'm not seeing any DMs from you on Discord. I saw what you said, Diogenes. I saw your DM. It's called Social Media Sunday. Okay. I'm not seeing it on Discord, Ryder. Weirdly. I don't know what's going on there. Predators go where the prey are. Of course they get into cartoons. Well, yeah, that's a good point, unfortunately. I would imagine there are these creeps in my own fandom, Power Rangers. Yeah, I bet there are. I bet there's a lot of creeps in Power Rangers. In the fandom, that is. Yeah, I'm sorry. You guys are talking about stuff I said a little bit ago. I'm trying to catch up. I apologize. Mad Matt many moons ago said, yeah, that was really messed up too. Yeah, it won't even show me what time you guys sent your messages. That's not freaking helpful, YouTube. Screw you, man. Whatever. How is all of this stuff slipping by people like it's not a problem? I heard some cosplay woman at a con being creepy about how hot a teen boy was at the... Yeah, it's a little creepy. Like, you need to... Oh, my God. Oh, my ring fell off. I'm not married anymore, or engaged, or whatever. I hope I remember to find that later. Oh, dear. Yeah. Yeah, I agree, Jimbly. I love Corey's art. He's just amazing. They know you are trying to bring back the Elf No State. They are on to you, said Assassin. Maybe. Hashtag Elf No State. Hi, Jay-Z. For all the culture war about misogyny, women hating other women is a widespread anywhere women get popular. It's true. I have... Like, many of you guys have probably seen me talk to my friend Virescence on Twitter. She is... I'm not sucking up to her or trying to be an orbiter, but she is legitimately the most gorgeous human being I've ever seen in my life. Like, she looks like the Where Are Her Organs, like, anime pinup drawings. She is a stunning, just breathtakingly beautiful human being. And women are unbelievably awful to her on the internet. She's just minding her own business. She's just like shit posting, and she'll post selfies, you know, and she'll like show her whole figure in her selfies and her videos, but it's like she could not wear something modest enough to hide how like insane her figure is. There's nothing she could wear to conceal it. Like anything she wears is going to look like sexual to some people or suggestive, no matter how like modest it is. And she's just minding her own business. Like she's not out to steal anybody's boyfriends. The selfies she posts are fully clothed, and women are awful to her. It is unbelievable. Like a lot of like cam girls and like adult film stars, like amateur, you know, people who just like are camming from their bedrooms and stuff, like professional ones that you see on the adult sites hate her. They despise her. They will like send their like little orbiters after her and like wage these hate campaigns against her. It's crazy. Michelle is way more beautiful than all the keyboard warriors that have nothing better to do than mock you as their lives pass them by. Well, thank you. All right, Ryder, thank you. Check your Discord one more time. Let me check, Ryder. Let me check and see. I'm not... That is so weird, dude. Here, let me check. Let me look in my Discord, maybe. I'm not sure. You're far from the first person to pronounce my name wrong, and you won't be the last. Yeah, unfortunately. You think I'm freaking beautiful, smart, funny, down to earth. I'm such a good person. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Should we celebrate deplatforming, says Memes? No, I mean, no. I don't think anybody should celebrate deplatforming, but I don't know. Ugh, sorry, I gotta get comfy. It's one of those things where it's like, if you know somebody is using their content to prey on children, I think that's where the whole deplatforming thing becomes a relevant discussion, you know. And I think one of the things that pretty much everyone can agree on is how ludicrous it is that people like freaking Chris Hansen, his channel, as he aptly calls it, has been sanctioned. You know, his stuff doesn't show up in people's feeds. It doesn't show up in recommended. He can't get anything monetized. Yet people like Onizian are fully monetized. You know, it doesn't matter how many young women, how many minors he and his wife just destroy the lives and reputations and psyches of. It doesn't matter that they are actively using the content he makes on Patreon and YouTube to groom children, you know, people who are not legally adults yet, because he makes them money. YouTube doesn't care, you know. But people like Chris Hansen, who's literally one of the most decent human beings on the planet, trying to stop these scumbags, because what he's saying makes YouTube look bad, they suppress what he says. It's disgusting. YouTube is disgusting. Everybody needs to make a BitChute. And everybody needs to start uploading their videos to BitChute and stuff, as well as YouTube. Because you never know when you're going to be next. You really don't. You can hope and pray that you're not. But, you know, don't ever, please, if you guys make content, I'm begging you, do not put your eggs in one basket. Do not wait until YouTube deletes all of your videos, or you get a bunch of copy strikes from some scumbag, or your channel gets hacked. Do not wait until something like that happens and you've lost everything you've built and worked so hard for, and then be just, you know, stunned and blindsided and trying to scramble to pick up the pieces and get word out to your audience somehow. I'm rebuilding over on this site or on this alternate channel or whatever. Like, do everything within your power to diversify where you are putting your content out from. and do everything within your power to get as much of your audience as possible to follow you over to those other sites. Because YouTube is just scummy and awful. Do you know about the Madam, aka Princess Ashley versus the art community, says Vincent. Yeah, I watch Creepshow Art. Her name is Shannon. I watch some of Shannon's videos, a lot of them. And I know she's talked about it. I know Madam, she like commissioned a 15-year-old to draw her little like still frames of her character for her videos or something, or her thumbnails, and then she attempted to scare that kid by like posting a fake phone number and saying it was theirs on the internet, because that kid was like, hey, you didn't credit me in your videos anywhere, can I get that? And Madam didn't like that. Like, I know she's not a good person at all. She sounds like an egomaniac. So I've heard that much, Vincent. Yes, Carl Jung. I apologize, Jeezy. The singer who I love so much, she pronounces it Carl Jung because she's Estonian. So it's like, I don't, you know, like, it's hard enough for her to pronounce unfamiliar names correctly in English. Jimbly said, I don't think Trump won at all because he wasn't in the logbook where it showed Clinton 20 million times. Lol. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think Trump won either. Like, I can't prove that, obviously, and I know better than to trust most politicians, but I frankly don't think he... Yeah. Okay, Assassin said Donald Trump never went to the island and kicked Mr. Suicide out of his country club after making advances on a young female employee. Okay. Nuvi's like, I'm here, you can start now. Hi, Dumb Bench Hours. Your name is so cute, Dumb Bench Hours. I love you. You said, I'm a lurker, but just wanted to say that I'm so happy I found your channel. You've opened my mind to lots of things after I binge watched your videos. You're one of my favorite YouTubers now. Oh my God, that is the sweetest thing. Thank you so much. Oh my God. I'm trying. I'm trying to do everything I can to... I want to make videos that make people think, but I want to make videos that make people happy too. You know, like a lot of the stuff I talk about is pretty dark and worrisome sometimes. But I still, if my videos can give you a little bit of an excuse or just some little bit of uplifting, you know, something throughout your day, that's all I want to do in the whole world. So if I'm, you know, if my videos can make your day a little bit better, that's all I want to do, you know, with my creativity, and that means the world to me. Here. Give me just a minute here, you guys. I need to do something quick on Discord. Talk amongst yourselves. I'm gonna get even further behind on all this shit. Oh boy. Okay. Give me just a minute here. Okay, there, that was the problem with that. What was I doing on here? Yes, right. Here, copy. All right, you guys, I'm going to do something right now. And I believe I'm allowed to do this because it's my chat and I said so. There, I just sent... I just sent the link to my Discord, so if any of you guys are not in it yet, please, in you come. Welcome. It's very small. Not a lot is going on yet. It's pretty dead, and I don't know what I'm doing, and the channels are kind of disorganized, but I'm doing my best to build this Discord. I've got a couple mods, but they're people like Satchmo and Manly Chicken, so I don't know how good or responsible of mods they will be. They're the people who need modded the most, but moderated rather, whatever. But if you guys want to join, the rules are extremely long-winded, but it's pretty basic stuff. I'm not comfortable with, I don't want any No gore, nothing like that. I don't want any lolly or underage stuff like that. I'm not comfortable with that. I'm going to either make, or I did make, an NSFW, like 18 plus channel. That's the only one where I want stuff like that discussed. But, you know, please skim the rules. If you're not sure whether something's okay to post or not, please check the rules or ask me, or, you know, just ask the mods. Just use common sense, and I will try to be better about being in there in the future. Schnitzel and Axel, your tastes are top tier. Dude, I had the most massive crush on Schnitzel. I hated... Oh my god, I can't even think of her name. Endive. Her name was Endive, right? I almost said Undine. That's someone else. I hated Endive because she was into Schnitzel, and I hated her with every fiber of my being. Schnitzel was my man, dude. Adorable elf belch. Oh my god, yeah. From now on, if I need to say retard, I'll just say Rotatard. That's so good. Remember the voice of Elmo got in trouble or something. Just click the 3 dots. There's a timestamps option. Okay. Then you got outright occultism with Jimmy Saville. Is that how you say his name? Yeah, it's true, Zaralath. It's not the Elfno state. It needs to be rebranded as the Southern Elven Confederacy. Oh, hi, RJ. I hope you're doing well, man. Don't apologize for being late. I know I'm really late responding to you there, but please do not feel bad about it at all. We're just hanging out. I did this totally, like, impromptu, so I never think to, like, shill this stuff anywhere but Twitter. I didn't put it on Discord, or anything. Ugh. Alright, that's a little better. This, it's slowly starting to get, like, the air is getting dry and my little lips are not pleased. Dylan said, dude, some people hate strong, confident women. If a man dominates a game of Big Brother, he's a legend. If a woman does, people call her a villain. That is true in some ways. You know, I don't think as many men are, like, misogynists or chauvinists or whatever you want to call them as people say. But there is still this sort of societal perception of, you know, because it tends to be a little more common for women to be demure and submissive, and men in general, audio output capture, no, don't make no sounds. Why would you be doing that? Okay. Weird. It was weird. Okay, whatever. What was I saying? Yeah, and because men, a lot of men, in general, men tend to be a lot more domineering. There is still kind of this societal thing where if women are really opinionated and outspoken, in many circles they are looked down on. And it, you know, unfortunately does ring true that most of the bullying and hatred women get is from other women. Yeah. Stop jumping, chat. Oh my god, I apologize. I'm going to try and catch up, you guys. Every time I think I'm catching up, I'm wrong. Race said, anytime someone gets ahead in life, there's always going to be people shitting on their parade because they're pissed they're not at that place in their own lives. Success makes people bitter. Exactly. And a lot of you might not agree with this, but I think that's a huge reason why socialism is getting so popular right now. Like, socialism caters to being resentful of other people's success. Like, life is not fair. All of the people who get ahead did not earn it, and a lot of people who deserve to get ahead don't. Life is not fair. I'm not saying it is. But resenting and hating and being jealous of successful people hurts you so much. It doesn't hurt the successful people, it hurts you. And the thing that a lot of people don't realize when they support things like socialism is that man is not inherently good. I do not believe that people are inherently good. They can be at times, but if people were inherently good, the 10 Commandments would not have kept people in line for so many generations. You know, we would not need laws if people were generally good by nature. We're not usually good. And it doesn't matter how sophisticated we get with technology and social studies or whatever. Socialism is always going to benefit bad people. Like, unless your government is made up of these perfect angels, they are going to use socialism to their advantage and not to the common people's advantage. And that's why socialism cannot work, because man is so flawed. Some socialist programs can work to an extent. Like, you need some social programs. You know, you need welfare for people who need help, need to get back on their feet. You need programs to help people who can't afford psychological care or the medication that comes with that. You need, you need help for veterans who are used up and spat out by the system, after giving up their lives and their sanity and their happiness to protect us ungrateful schlubs. Like, you need some social programs, but socialism, no matter how much Jeff Holiday badmouths and humiliates and belittles people on Twitter like me for disagreeing respectfully, socialism doesn't work. It doesn't. Sorry. Like, you can badmouth me and belittle me to get your followers to love you even more. Whatever you got to do, that's fine. But socialism doesn't work, because man is inherently, we are not good. The more powerful we are, the more wealthy we are. Most people are not good people when they have all of that in abundance. Yeah. And the problem with socialism is that it does appeal to that, because there are a lot of wealthy people who are horrible people and don't deserve it. Like we were just saying with the whole Epstein thing. But the problem when you enact socialism is that people are very bad, and the people who take advantage of the shift from more capitalistic societies to socialism are bad people. Is there a big disparity between the wealthiest and the middle class or the average people? Yeah, absolutely. But the problem with socialism, because human beings are so corrupt and so greedy, is that it just hugely heightens that disparity. The wealth all goes to those few people in power. It unfortunately is not, it's not reflected, because we are not capable of being moral and generous and good enough to make socialism work, even though it's ideal. Comfy elves are dangerous elves. I know Onision lost his Patreon. I'm so happy about that, RJ. One small victory. And yeah, I don't know if that's what you were referring to, memes, but no deplatforming isn't good. But if Onision is explicitly using his Patreon to prey on people, then he's definitely got to be violating their terms of service. You know what I mean? I think that's a good enough reason to deplatform someone in that case. Yeah, you're there, aren't you, Zaralath? Yes, I've seen you share some of your stuff. That's really smart, Race. You stream your show on a couple places and then you back it up on BitChute. That's very smart. Onion Boy needs a helicopter ride. He does. I know somebody on Twitter, it might have been one of you guys, I feel so bad I can't remember who said it to me, but somebody said, I can't wait for Onision to Epstein himself. That's very dark. Okay, yeah, Gnod said Trump was not on a flight log ever. Gotcha. Yes. Mad Matt said, agreed, everyone make a BitChute. I've had a far better turnaround on viewers there, and while you're at it, follow Michelle. Thank you. Thank you so much, dude. I appreciate that. Indeed. Indeed. I'm on the thingamahoo. I'm on the BitChute. Yes. As that. I don't know. Not an overnight stay. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, don't worry, Jimbly. You will not get banned from my Discord, I don't think. Just minimal mischief, if you don't mind. Don't tell Frost you will be flooded with furry NSFW. Oh, dear God. Oh, still got blocked. Oh, did you try to share my link and it didn't show it or something? That's weird. I don't know. I don't know what's going on, dude. Hi, Ortiz. Did you hear YouTube updated super chats for streams? No, I didn't hear that, RJ. I'll have to look into that. Let me see. Zeralath said socialism. My little brain. See, I didn't mean to stream for this long. I apologize. I'm gonna go soon. I mean it tonight because I'm tired. I want to go to bed. I want to read Dead by Daylight fan fiction. I want to get good sleep for tomorrow and not be exhausted and miserable in the morning for once. I'm obsessed with Dead by Daylight. I'm obsessed. And I'm pissed that they don't sell Trapper body pillows. Oh, I got the cat hair. Look at that. Okay. Excuse me. I'm not very ladylike. I'm so sorry. Let's see. Zeralath says, socialism is the product of worship of government service. It is. And it sounds so good and morally righteous, and it sounds like it would work on the surface, but it doesn't. It never has, and it never will. And I tweeted that in response to Shoe on Head once. I wasn't very tactful. I just said it straight up like that because we know that and we have known that forever. And oh my God, never question Queen Shoe. Like, I don't hate her or anything. I don't mean to sound mean, but oh my God, like Shoe's fans, I almost want to say are as bad as Game Grumps fans. Like, the majority of Game Grumps fans are really, really good, cool people. Most of my best friends love Game Grumps. I don't. But that's, you know, they don't care and I certainly don't care. We respect each other's opinions. Likewise, the vast majority of my friends online are Shoe on Head fans. Like, why wouldn't you be? But there's an abnormally large amount of these militant, terrifying fanboys who are, like, scary in how malicious they are if you question their god, you know? Yeah, I made the mistake of saying in response to something Shoe tweeted, no, socialism doesn't work. What Bernie is saying doesn't work, you know? You making fun of Ben Shapiro because he doesn't treat, the right to life the same way as this hypothetical right to healthcare, it doesn't work. Oh my God, dude. You better fucking have home security if you dare to ever question the Game Grumps or Shoe on Head. Because I'm not saying that they're bad people, and the vast majority of their fans are just wonderful, awesome people. But for some reason, the content they put out, I don't know if it's just because it appeals to a younger sort of like tween audience as well, but they both have these really scary factions of their fans who they want to hurt you if you don't like their hero or you disagree openly with their hero. Like, just look at my like to dislike ratio on my Why I Don't Like Game Grumps Anymore video. Oh boy. Oh my God. People were spicy. I want to say spicy, even though people are not literally spicy. But I'm sorry. Respectfully, socialism sounds great, but it doesn't work. You know, it doesn't matter how many, like, skeptics or bread tubers say it works and sneer at people who point out that capitalism works better for more people. That's just how it is. I'm sorry. Schools are about how the government can fix the problem you learned about in history class. That is so true, Zeralath. That is so true. Scrappy, ooh, where'd you go, homie? Dude, I just read through the rules. They're not that long and I like the detail. Thank you. I had a happy little autistic time, like, pragmatically writing out my rules. Like, I drafted them in my notes on my phone first. I just wanted to be as thorough as possible so there's no ambiguity and people aren't scared, like, I really want to post this stupid meme or something, but I don't. I want people to be able to have pretty much all their questions answered clearly on there. Fun fact, socialism is for resentful losers with no work ethic or talent. That's the vast majority of the people screaming for it on the internet. Yes, actually. Sounds mean, but yeah. Jimbly said, I found this Melanie Martinez inspired Inkling Girl model. Aw, and it's probably the most adorable fan work I've ever seen, lol. I've had no interest in Melanie Martinez until now. I really like her. I did my really long video on the review of her new album, and I didn't care for her new album that much. The music it's just dull, normal pop. It's so repetitive, I feel like I'm gonna tear my hair out. But Melanie Martinez she's a phenomenally talented young woman. Like, she's in her early 20s. She's like 22, and she's spectacularly talented. It is amazing how talented that woman is. She's an incredible girl. And listening to her second album, I was very underwhelmed by the music, but it made me interested enough in her to go re-listen to her first album, and I actually am a huge fan of her first album. She's not everybody has to like her music, obviously, but her creative vision is really something, and she's stunningly talented in many different ways. Chat-Mort for President 2024. Oh my God, I could never run for president. Nope. No, you can't be talking about how you want a trapper body pillow from Dead by Daylight and run for president. I mean, Beto's a furry, but let's be real, he's never going to win anything. So, you can have your dignity, or you can have your Dead by Daylight fan fiction. You cannot have both. You can't be president if you're like Kiwi Farms tier autist like me, I don't think. Why did the wedding planner cross the road to get to the other bride? That is so cute. Oh, that was you, Nuvi? Yes, okay. Because it was a couple days ago. I remembered somebody saying that. Dan, oh my gosh, how do you say his name? Bongino? Can't say that, but he knows the flight logs, yeah. Stream for 3 more hours, ho ho. I shan't, you can't make me. I should have brought my little Freddy Freaker plushie to hang out with you guys. I love my Freddy Freaker plushie. I was thinking, like, if I buy an Oni Plays shirt, if I buy a Motifa body pillow, if I buy a silly Oni boy plushie, if I buy a Freddy Freaker plushie, if I buy a Freddy Freaker pin and a Motifa pin, can I put ad block on Chris's videos? Like, would that even out monetarily? I've been wondering that. Like, if I watch all the Oni Plays videos with my little Freddy Freaker plushie, am I allowed to turn ad block on? Have I, like, helped enough? Have I contributed enough financially? Good night, Uncle Jeezy. I'm sorry I'm missing your guys' night-night messages. Okay, you play DBD, and so does Eve. I'm terrible at it, Race, because it's the stupidest, it's just the most idiotic thing. Like, my social anxiety is so bad, and you guys have seen how much better I've gotten. Like, I went from almost being agoraphobic for a while. My anxiety was so bad where I didn't want to leave my house to I'm doing an improv comedy show 2 nights a week, you know? And Magog had to really, like, guilt me into it. He wanted me. He thought I was capable of it and talented enough, and it was, you know, I can't thank him enough for having that faith in me when I didn't in myself, because SideQuest is one of the coolest things to ever happen to me, and I adore my coworkers. I would die for them. They are some of the most wonderful people in the world. But, like, my social anxiety, it manifests in the dumbest ways. Like, Tech Support Husbando had a Minecraft server a while back, and he had a bunch of his buddies on it, his gaming buddies. And the first time I saw one of them, I, like, screeched and disconnected. Like, my social anxiety is so bad that multiplayer games are really weird for me. So it's like I've played Dead by Daylight with a couple of my IRL friends, and tech support has bando. I think I screamed like "Trap Me, Daddy" at him when he was the trapper, and he was grossed out, and it was hilarious. He was not amused. He's like, "Go! I'm not trapping you. You're disgusting. Run away." But I need to get better at it. I need to get a lot better at Dead by Daylight, and I need to just do the normal like multiplayer online matches, because obviously you don't get points, you don't earn levels and stuff when you're playing with your friends. But yeah, I should get better at it, and then I could play with you guys or something maybe. Who's your favorite Dead by Daylight killer, you guys? RJ said, if your stream gets claimed for copyright and you don't appeal it in time, they take the money from those super chats and donates them without legal consent. Oh, wow. That's creepy. Like, if you could at least pick where it was sent to, like, if it was sent to the ASPCA, like, if it could be, like smile.amazon.com or whatever, where you get to pick the charity that your extra money goes to when you shop through that would be better. But yeah, that's creepy. If you don't appeal a copyright claim in time, they take the money from the soup. That's... It's like they think they're going to get away with being this creepy, totalitarian, big brother, like super powered, unethical monopoly just because they're giving to charity. I don't think so. I'm on to you, YouTube. Oh, hi, White Squall. How are you, dude? Frick, chat jumped. Hey, I just show up and you're already saying you're leaving, lol. I always seem to only catch the end of your streams. You and Cheesy Tits. Oh my gosh. Gosh. English. I speak English. Cheesy Tits always shows up because our time zones are like polar opposites. If she shows up, it's like at the tail end of my streams. I feel so bad. But, yeah, I mean, I might talk for another 30 minutes. I'm trying to wind down. I'm trying really hard, but it's not working. God. It's opposite day, so that means you want to stream for a long time. That's fitting. Yes, you posted my bit shoot. Thank you. Assassin said, remember, socialism will murder the individual if it serves the interests of the state. It does. Yeah, I mean, like, look at what has happened to Venezuela because they went to socialism. Like, it's more complex than them just being like, yes, socialism, we're voting for a socialist ticket today. But what socialism has done to Venezuela is horrifying. Like, if your country does not start out socialist, if your country is not small enough to feasibly enact socialism, it is a nightmare. It is not good at all. Lol, the June worshippers want your head now. I hope not. I have no problem with Shuan head. She doesn't seem like the nicest or most honest person from some of the stuff that's come up online. You know, like Brittany Venti is like the least nice person on the planet, but she did have some valid points in her, like, her really nasty, like, exposed videos she did on Shu. I'm not a huge fan of her, but I hugely respect this insanely successful business she has built. Like, how often does June make videos? Like, monthly? And she has to make hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. Like, you have to respect when somebody's that successful of a businesswoman, you know? Like, what she's doing resonates with people, and that is huge, you know? And I don't think she's like this horrible, malicious person or anything, but it makes it harder to like someone when their fans are that rabid and awful, you know? And not all of them are, obviously. The majority of them are totally decent people. But I think, unfortunately, you know, because of her sort of cutesy persona, I think, like, the really nasty ones, they're probably, like, younger guys who have crushes on her and really hope she'll date them. You know, they just seem like fanboys like that. Like, you know, most people, if you're a huge fan of somebody or a friend of somebody and they get criticized, you might defend them. but you're not going to go out of your way to like try and destroy the lives of anybody who dares to criticize someone that you're friends with. That doesn't make you look good. And no, you are not responsible for what your like audience does. But I think you should take it upon yourself if they do malicious stuff like what the Game Grumps fans have done to people and stuff like that. Like, you should take it upon yourself to say, I do not condone this. You are not going to curry favoritism with me if you do this. I denounce this behavior. You are not a fan of me if you treat people this way for daring to disagree with me. And that's part of why, like, Scrappy, you know, you saw my rules in my Discord. Like, I'm never going to have as big of a platform as June. I highly doubt it. And I don't think I could mentally handle that kind of stress. That's another thing that you have to give people huge credit. Like, the amount of eyes on June at all times are insane. I can't fathom that kind of pressure. You know, I hugely admire her for being able to handle that, and she kind of has to. Like, if one of your videos goes viral, you can't not have that many people watching you then, but I have nothing but respect for people who have to handle that kind of scrutiny. But, you know, just because a lot of people have that kind of thing happen with their fan bases and stuff online, I'm very lucky, in my opinion, that my channel is growing very slowly, because it helps me kind of shape this culture with you guys. It helps me talk one-on-one with a lot of you in this format, and like in my Discord and stuff. It allows me to kind of establish what kind of behavior I will tolerate and what I won't tolerate. Like, I don't want people to worship me. I don't want people to white knight for me and attack people for not liking me. Like, there are plenty of legitimate reasons not to like me, you know? Like, I don't like the Game Grumps. I don't like Aaron Hansen. Most of my best friends are huge fans of Aaron Hansen, for example. I don't particularly like Shoe on Head. Oh my God, I'm getting a cramp. God doesn't like me saying that. But a lot of my good friends are huge Shoe fans, and I have nothing but respect for them and for their opinions. Like, not liking a YouTube personality does not make you a bad person. Like, there are plenty of people out there who don't like me who are good, normal people. Like, having a different opinion on somebody who's like a public figure does not invalidate your opinions or make you a bad person. Where was I going with that? Oh, I'm sorry. That's why I'm trying to establish very firmly, like, I love what we have. It sounds very personal. I love what we have. But, like, we talk to each other like equals. You know, you guys will mess with me and pick on me. And, you know, I never want you guys to, like, deify me. I don't want you guys to ever feel like I'm better than you or my opinions are more relevant or valid than yours. Like, that's bullshit. You know, I want to be able to make you guys think. I want to make you guys laugh and entertain you and make your lives a little bit better. But I'm not better than you. You should never, like, lower yourselves by saying you're, like, a fan of me. I'm not comfortable with that. Like, if you make yourself a fan of someone, if you, like, turn someone into a god that you worship, that's dehumanizing to both you and actually also the person you're worshiping, because you're not giving them the courtesy and the space to be human and to be flawed. Like, I love that this culture, if you can call it that, even though it's just a couple of us, I love that you guys feel free to talk to me just like a normal person, because I'm just a normal person. And that's why, like, I mentioned in my Discord rules, like, right up there with, I don't want any gore, you know, I do not want any harassment, I don't want any doxing or whatever, you know. If you do these things, you might get put in the timeout chat for a little bit. If you disagree with any of the rules, go to this place and confront the mods about it, and we can talk about it. Right in with that stuff, I say, you are 100% allowed to critique me. Do not attack people or belittle people if they come in here and criticize me. Like, if you're bullying me and being nasty to me, I'm not going to be very receptive to it. But if people come in and start saying that they disagree with me, or they think I'm full of shit, or they think one of my videos is stupid, they have every right to think that. Like, you are not an invalid, horrible person just because you don't like one random person on the internet. And, you know, I'm just trying so hard not to have that kind of culture. And I have the luxury of growing slowly enough to be able to talk to you guys about that. Like, it would be terrifying to have your channel just like blow up. You know, it would be wonderful. It would be an ego boost. But when all of a sudden, like overnight or over a month, you have hundreds of thousands of eyes on you, you have no time to establish a rapport with those people. You have no time to kind of build a culture with them and have them take sort of social cues from the people who are already fans about, like, you know, they don't like when you joke about stuff like this, or they don't ever want you to go say this to someone they disagree with. Like, it's this monster that's out of your control when the majority of the people following you just came overnight because of like one or two videos you made. Like, that's something that I don't think people consider, and it's an immense amount of pressure that these bigger channels have on them, you know? Like your fans, you don't have as much control over them, and you don't have as much of a relationship with them when a crap ton of them just like pop up overnight. I do not envy people who have that, you know, like it's wonderful if you can be successful, and I know not everybody sees it the way I do, but that kind of pressure is really scary, you know, and I have nothing but admiration for these people who have built these huge channels, because that is intense. And, you know, like when we're smaller channels and we look at what they have and we're like, I'm as funny as them, or, you know, like they don't deserve all that. Like, you've also got to consider that these people have a whole bunch of like insane, bizarre dynamics going on that would never occur to you until you're there and you're stuck in them dealing with them. Yeah, she's not gonna frick you is the proper response to these shoe boys. I just try not to be mean to people because, you know, the kind of people who are like dehumanizing someone by white knighting for them, like they're gods or something, or they're these perfect beings. Like, I just try to ignore people like that. Scrappy said, June is funny AF at times and politics wrong most of the time. I kind of agree with that. Like, I agree with a lot of what she says, but I haven't watched her content in a super long time. She just seems like a normal, like, happy-go-lucky person who's just like, you know, like not reading up on politics. You just listen to what people say on face value and you pick what sounds good from there. Like, I don't think that's a good thing, but most of the people who do that aren't bad people. You know, it's like, it seems more like what June does is more, it's definitely more for entertainment than for like useful or informative purposes. And that's not a bad thing, you know? But yeah, I tend to disagree with her on a lot of political stuff from what I've seen. You know, I don't watch a lot of her stuff anymore, so I can't fairly say for sure. Have you ever tasted people? No. So how do you know if humans aren't spicy? Yeah, I'm not Joe Biden. I don't munch on my significant other's, you know, extremities in public. That's my favorite thing in the world. Joe Biden just like snacking on his wife's finger in the middle of a speech. Like, that man is, I don't think he's a good man, but he's kind of one of my favorite people anyway, because he's just hilarious. Salty and tough. Socialism would work if they starved all of the decedents to death and buried them in a mass grave. I mean, yeah, that could make it work. Yeah, Melanie Martinez is super young, and I mean, obviously I don't know the girl, but I think she deserves the amount of success she has. She seems like an incredibly talented, decent person. Beta Robert Francis will get hashtag very sad when he comes to confiscate my legally owned rifle. You say that you'll give up your guns if he gives you his fursuit. And then he will cry as you burn it in front of him. Grab the freak right now. I will bring Freddy Freaker next time I stream. I'll stream again soon, I promise. Seems all fanfic you're into is weird, lol. You're not kidding. Skittles can be my vice president, yes. What? Magog is on? What the hell, Magog? Come on, dude. Joker better live a good long life. Yeah, he better. He's one of the kindest souls. He's one of the, like, best people on this planet. He truly is. Yeah, I mean, I love SideQuest. A lot of people are... Not a lot of people, but some people definitely have struggled to adjust or just don't really care for us, for the new cast. And that's totally valid again. But I think we're doing pretty good. I love my co-hosts. You know, I studied like Weibo and Beardy when they were on. I watched a bunch of episodes to see what they were like. But all I can do is be myself. You know, I can never fill their shoes. I can never be as funny as I think they are. All I can do is just be myself and do my best with my sense of humor and my character. And, you know, I think we're doing a phenomenal job. Like, it's definitely different. You know, every new cast, and I think all of us are going to stick around for as long as possible, but it's a change and it's going to be different, and I totally respect that some people just don't like it, you know. But I'm really proud of us. I think we're doing a phenomenal job, and obviously we have off days. We're just like anybody else. Like, some days I am completely exhausted and I try really hard, but it takes everything I have within me to pipe up like 10 different times during the whole 2-hour stream. Other nights I feel great, you know, I'm super energetic and cheerful, and I have more energy and courage to like interject. And, you know, I think to a degree we're all like that. But I'm really, really proud of how well SideQuest is doing. I'm really proud of, you know, my co-hosts. I was going to say my co-workers, sort of. Assassin says, I am glad the Dark Lord Magog dragged you out by your ankles, Elf Maiden, as now we know what evil you're up to. Oh, you know some of it. Not all of it. Do not miss Monday's side quest. Oh my gosh. Tomorrow is Monday, correct? It's almost Monday right now. But do not miss Monday's side quest. It is going to be hilarious. You end up staying around for much longer than is wise, lol. You're right, White Squall. I just feel really bad. It's hard for me to adjust to there being more people here now. The only socialism, the only system you vote yourself into but have to shoot your way out of. Yes. Yes, that is so true. Matt said, sadly got out of Dead by Daylight. I left when it kept crashing. Tried it one more time and no one joined. Meanwhile, I just talked my friends into playing the Friday the 13th. They loved it. Yeah, I know Dead by Daylight has had some glitchy stuff going on. Jimbly said, to be honest, it warmed my heart when you referred to me as a friend in your video recently, lol. I had no idea we were, and that was nice. Well, thank you. Thank you. I consider us friends. Like, you know, I never know if I'm being weird or like too forward when I think people are my friends, but if, you know, I don't know. We are. Surprise. Yay. I don't, like, I know some people think if you don't talk almost every day, like all day, you're not friends, but I'm being the introvert that I am, and having the weird relationship with the internet and the passage of time, and having as weird and foggy of a memory as I have, you know, I don't even like my best friends in real life, I see them like maybe every 2 weeks, and I text them every couple days at most. Like I don't know. It's different for me. Friendship is different for me, I guess. So as a result, you're not a fan of anyone and don't idolize anymore. Yeah. Look up to kinda is where I am with people like Chris O'Neill, for example. Yeah. Yeah, I really look up to Chris. I look up to all of those guys. They are, you know, they're just people, but they are comedic and creative geniuses and amazing artists. Like, I really look up to anybody as artistic as them. Real gods are not for worship, they are for learning. I like that. Yeah, I'm still streaming, Ryder. I apologize. I wasn't getting your messages. Who is that? Who is this new person? Hold on. Macalite. Hi. Hello. Hello. No. Is that your name? Macalite. For God's sake. Malachite. Hi, Malachite. Please scold me if I'm not saying that right. You like completely normal Rick Sanchez fanfics. I don't think anyone idolizes your opinions above their own. So it's probably not a concern. Yeah, that's fair. Creeper pedo quid pro Joe. That's quite a mouthful. Have ever thought of being an adult film star? Writer asks. I mean, I think everybody like thinks about what it would be like to be in those situations, but I definitely couldn't. You know, no. I don't think I could. Like, it's a fascinating field. It's a whole nother world, like being in that business, I'm sure, but I definitely I don't have it in me. That was the worst. That was the worst wording. Oh my God, that is the absolute objectively poorest wording I could have come up with. I don't have it in me. Okay. Thoughts on Tulsi Gabbard? I don't know Zaralath. I need to look into her platform more. Never got why it jumped again. Why fans had to always defend bad things. I always call out when they do stupid things, like how much I call out Blizzard as of late. I wish I could feel like it's fine to play Diablo 4. Yeah, like I don't, and maybe I'm not a good fan of people. I'm gonna mess with my hair and make it look even worse because it's distracting me here. Do you see this? My brush is like all full of hair and of dry shampoo. I'm just a disgusting slob. Why? My hair is like doing Yu-Gi-Oh bangs. It's weird, the things it's doing. It doesn't. Okay, I'm not distracted. I'm not distracted. Yeah, like I don't see any problem with calling people out on things you disagree with, but the militant like stan culture right now is such that if you do, even if the person you're criticizing is totally okay with and appreciates the honesty, like there are always those stans who are going to hate you and be horrific to you, even if you tactfully disagree with someone. It's weird. It's an interesting like turn of culture that we have sort of evolved into. You showed up at the very end of War Chief's run. Yeah. Beardy was great on side quest. That guy has some wit. Yeah, Beardy is really good. He's really good. I heard Friendly Fire quit watching side quest because he thought it was becoming thought quest, mostly because of Spooky. That's a shame. Yeah, I know somebody was really a couple people are insanely pissed about the way side quest has changed. It's so funny. Like, sorry, excuse me while I move my little self around here. Yeah, people don't like Spooky because she, I don't know, her character is just like very in your face, you know, she tells it like it is, and that character is very abrasive to some people. I don't know. Like, if you have a problem with the people Magog casts maybe take it up with Magog instead of like screaming at people who are just doing their best with the character they worked with Magog to come up with, maybe? You know, I don't know. It's, yeah. It's unfortunate. There are a couple people, and everybody who left did this like dramatic reality TV exit. Like there was somebody who left a comment that was like, oh, well, this has certainly taken a turn, hasn't it? This is very different. I hope you're having fun, Magog. I wish you well. This certainly seems different from what I enjoyed. I enjoyed, you know, insert names of incredibly talented people here who none of us new cast members can help left at all, you know. I enjoyed these people. Yeah, we all did. They're incredibly talented. I guess this is more to appeal to a younger male audience. Like, bitch, really? Like, that to me came off as a very, like, it was veiled with tact and politeness, but that came off to me as yet again, you know, full circle with the theme here. Another example of somebody being like, oh, well, I don't like these attractive women. I don't like that these characters are flirtatious. So this must be, it has to be skanky and for a younger male audience. Like, I'm sorry, have you been here? Erilyn has been flirtatious all this whole time. Like, you just don't like the new female cast, apparently, or I don't know, you know, maybe the male cast. Like, you just say you don't like the cast, don't belittle the show and act like Magog has tried to rebrand to be trendy to younger viewers. Like, you have every right to peace out, that's fine, but it's like, people always have to do it in these really dramatic, like, nasty ways. Like, they always have to take pot shots at somebody. Yeah, Zerolath said, I think you have a snowflake among the side quest mods, so I kind of don't like being there. I think, the thing is, I think that has been addressed. I know there has been some stuff going on where people who don't like the show anymore, if you go back and look through the live chat replay, there was like a mod that like went rogue and flipped out and was muting people, I think. If we see things like that, we might not see it during the stream because we are trying so hard to focus on all the different things that our attention is being pulled toward. But when things like that are seen, if we see a mod acting like that, it will be corrected, you know, rest assured. But it's frustrating, I'm sure, midstream if somebody like shows up, you know, and flips out and tries to do a bunch of damage dramatically, because they're mad at the show. And they're like, if people are getting muted or something or timed out or their comments are getting deleted by some rogue mod, that would be infuriating. But Zerolath, rest assured that situation was addressed. Like, if that comes up, we are going to, as soon as we realize that's happening, we are going to fix it. So that is not the norm. That will not be the norm, and I'm really sorry that happened, you know. I'm trying to catch up here. I apologize, you guys. You guys are still talking about my answer, would I ever be an adult film star? She loves Angela White, though. So maybe she's involved. I love Angela White. She's gorgeous and charming, and like, I'm really weird. Like, I can't often differentiate between British and Australian accents. So I always just try and figure out, like, when this person talks, do they sound like Angela White? If so, I'm like, okay, they're Australian. But Angela White is amazing because she's not one of those people who you kind of get these like subtle hints in their face or their tone of voice sometimes that they really don't want to do it, but they're trapped in it. Like, Angela White does what she does because she is extremely passionate about it, you know. She actually ran for political office, She wrote a scholarly article. She did research on something regarding sexuality. Like she is bad wording, but hardcore passionate about what she does, you know, and that I think that's what's so appealing about Angela White. That's one of the main couple big things that is appealing about Angela White. Oh boy. Mort, tell the people about your superpower. It's weird. What's happening? Ryder, I don't know, I don't know what you're referring to. What is my superpower? Being annoying is my superpower, that I always say I'm going to leave in 15 minutes and then talk till 4 a.m. my time. Pick up your engagement ring. I will do it in a minute. Hold on. Thank you. I appreciate that. You say no on adult film star, but in the gap I hear yes. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, morally, Jimbly, I'm in the same place. Like hold on, I'm gonna get my engagement ring, ironically, before having this conversation. Don't look at my backdrop flapping around like the cheap Amazon backdrop it is. Where's my ring? I'm gonna like ooze down on the floor here gently so I don't knock that down. This is held up with like really crappy Walmart snack bag clips, so I try not to bump it. I'm just gonna... Oh, there it is. Oh, it's right there. Okay, I found it. Shing! And back in place. Okay. Okay. Oh, my knee locked up. Oh dear. Oh, I'm too young to be this old. Oh, I have really shallow tracking kneecaps. But yeah, like I think that the adult film stuff is immoral, and a lot of the people I'm friends with or who are my followers get very, very angry when you say that. They're like, it's good for you. I don't think it is. Spiritually, I think it's bad for you. But it's like, I also don't see the point in lying about stuff like that. You know, if I like read erotica or I watch adult content sometimes, like, I don't have to condone something and think it's good for me to admit that I indulge in it sometimes. Like, that's another thing. Like, I have a really Christian friend who was saying something about, like, the reason people don't like this thing is because it's, or the reason people say this thing is like a fetish is because it's literally its own genre on a fetish site or something. You know, he was arguing against adult content. I know that was a very vague, unhelpful synopsis of the scenario, but then all these people dogpiled my friend and they're like, oh, well, how would you know unless you watched it? How would you know if you haven't been on the site? Oh, that's not an argument. Like, you can think something is not good for you and still indulge in it. Like, it's so dumb to say that if you ever watch the smutty adult Angela White films, you have to think it's good for you. That is so dumb and self-righteous and crazy. That's like if somebody is dying of lung cancer and they were a smoker their whole life, like, because they have partaken in smoking, they can't tell you that smoking is bad for you. Like, it doesn't make any sense, you know? But it's like, I don't know. I don't think that pretending that I don't consume, like, adult content helps anybody, you know? Like, I try to consume less of it, but I don't, you know, I don't get the point in lying about it. Like, I don't, you know? Does that make sense? Maybe. Oh no, the roots word. Assassin, how could you? Spooky Weeb, what did she do? She's just... I don't think she did anything. It's just like part of Spooky's character is that her character is like promiscuous and wears like really sexy revealing clothing. Like, that's part of her character, and people are really, really upset about that, despite the fact that SideQuest has always had a lot of like sexual banter and stuff, you know? And it's like, I don't know. It's like every character is different, and everybody's going to want to play a different character, and everybody's going to be good at like playing a different character. Like, I don't know. I don't think it's just that either. Like the one person who left the really passive aggressive comment and they were like, oh, well, I haven't watched this in a while. I wish you well, Magog, but wow, this isn't as funny as when these other people were on the show. Like, you're entitled to your opinion. And yeah, the people who were on the show, like my predecessors, are insanely talented people. But it's like, I can't help that. I can't help that they left. You know, I can't help that I am not their characters. Neither can any of my castmates. Like, we didn't replace anybody. We're not trying to be anybody. Like, we got cast in something. You know, we don't think we're better than the amazing talented people who used to be on. But that is like projected onto us all the time. Like we stormed onto the scene and we're all self-righteous and we're like, well, we did better than them and we like pushed them out and got their parts. That's not what happened, and it's like public knowledge that that's not what happened. But yeah, like people are like, oh, well, this must be geared toward a younger male audience, I see. Because there's fart jokes and because we joke about cleavage, like that's a big part of you know, that's just how it is. I don't know, dude. Oh, hi, Mr. Brushface. Jimbly said, how do people take offense with characters on side quest when all the guys constantly talk about their big hairy balls? And yeah, I know. Yeah, it's like we're all crass like that. Zerolath, the orc, is amazing. Fiza is her character's name. Fiza is so talented. She's really, really good. They need to understand nothing remains the same. Yeah, and it's like, I can't help that. You know, I hate change. If I was just a viewer, I might be devastated. I might be really bummed out after like waiting for the new side quest. I don't know what my opinion would be and how these characters would fit with my sense of humor as a viewer. Like nobody's opinion is invalid if they don't like the new cast, but it's just, you know, I shouldn't even really comment on it. I don't want to egg anybody on or make them think that they've succeeded by getting us to acknowledge them, but it's like, there are so many tactful ways to be like, I don't really care for this, but I wish all of you the best, you know? You can say that. You don't have to do this, like, dramatic, like, stupid, self-righteous, like, reality TV exit to a show. But there have been a couple fans who, like, they just have this, like, melodramatic meltdown, you know? Don't do that. It's not helpful. I've done that myself in the past, and it's not constructive. It doesn't help. Medusa or Vamp, they'd be like, yeah, I didn't even watch much of it when Vamp was on. Like, I didn't know what side quest was until around the time that Vamp left to do the IBS stuff. Oh, poopy. It jumped. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm trying really hard to catch up here. I'll try and stay more on task. I said more on. The Amazing Critter Man, hello, welcome, friend, said, I see the flirty stuff as a funny part of the show. Puritan's gonna puritate, though. Yeah, like, it's totally valid for people to be uncomfortable with that stuff, but I think it's pretty obvious that, like, it's just lighthearted flirting between the characters, and it's not serious, and it can be crass at times, but I don't really think it's that bad, you know? I think I don't know, I think it's just more that some people really don't like the new female characters on the show. And it's like, Erilyn is still there. She's still an anchor. She's still a really important, really, really awesome part of the show. But it's like, I think it's more the new female cast members that some of these people were distraught by. I don't know. And there's definitely one person who seemed like they were like, oh, well, these pretty young women joking about the flirty things and the sex things. Oh, this is clearly being rebranded toward a younger male audience. Like, stop, dude. Farts are funny. Like, grow up. Come on. If you guys think you ever said anything that's too out there to me on Twitter, please don't feel bad. I've had people apologize to me in the past. Like, my sense of humor is just saying things that later I feel horrible because I'm like, that was ridiculous and inappropriate. How did I think that was okay? Like, don't worry about offending me or whatever. Like, if I don't know you, if I've never talked to you before and I haven't gotten a read on you, whether you're being mean or you're just picking on me in a friendly way, I might be wary. But in general, it's not, you know, if you ever are like, hey, was that weird? Was that too far? It probably wasn't. With my sense of humor, I don't mind what people say. Yeah, Assassin said that that rogue mod got his wrench when the Dark Lord Magog was passing out wrenches to evade mass texting bots. Yeah, he got squashed for it. That's, yeah, pretty much. Like, if you're gonna be shitty, if you're like a snowflake in the chat and you're a mod and you're like banning people, rest assured that gets stopped immediately. As soon as we see it's happening, like at the end of the stream or whatever, that shit gets stopped immediately. Like, don't, you know, please don't feel like you're unwelcome in the chats because we've had an incident or two like that. I would hate for somebody to feel uncomfortable having fun and hanging out with the people watching side quest because of a couple things like that. I promise you that's not how it usually is. Okay, getting timed out for a gay crowd or opinion joke was so absurd and insulting to me. I don't blame you for being irritated by that at all or insulted, Zeralath. Yeah, we had somebody in there who, like, he was trying to fly under the radar and just pick on people a little bit. You know, I'm sure his goal was to make people feel like disenfranchised. Power of the anime thing. I'm not gonna, well, you know, Angela White is pretty amazing. At least the gnomes didn't take it. I know. Assassin said, overseas, I did not have to be shot to know putting on my body armor every day was important. Yeah. Yeah, Nuvi said, I see absolutely nothing immoral about adult film, but I fail to see how it could be considered good for anybody. Not bad, but certainly not good. It's neutral. That's fair too. You know, I mean, I was raised religious and I'm closer to spiritual now, but I'm kind of religious myself. I know a lot of people really look down on that. Like the people who I talk to, like the sort of political commentary, sort of like liberal, moderate people. But unless you are coming from a spiritual perspective or from a psychological perspective where you're studying addiction, you probably wouldn't see adult film stuff as immoral. You know, like, I mean, I think it's like everything. If you look at it in a purely secular way, like, anything in moderation is better than blowing something out of proportion and becoming an addict. Like, I do believe that I do believe that pornography has ruined marriages and stuff. And I know people are absolutely addicted to it and it can ruin people's lives, but you can get addicted to food, you can get addicted to shopping, you know, not to say that pornography isn't more insidious or more addictive than shopping or something, but, you know, yeah, I can understand seeing it as neutral too. Or it's the fact you just suck at science. You were so mean, Ryder. Knife ear, those that complain so much are dicks. As simple as that. Yeah, there are dicks occasionally. And it's like, there have been times, like, my thing, I'm doing behind the scenes thing right now. Like, I don't know why Chrome is such garbage, but, like, I cannot have the stream open to watch while I am in the Hangout, or my computer slows down and my video quality and audio quality drop on the Hangouts. So, like, I can have it on my phone. I can have like, I've had the pop-out chat up too, and then I just close the rest of the stream to try and keep an eye on the comment section. But I basically just have to watch the stream on my phone because Chrome is so taxing on my computer that, like, I can't be in the stream if I am watching the chat on my computer. So it's like I've got I'll just show you an example here. I'll pull up the live chat. Like this is what it looks like on my phone. I'll play myself, I guess, whatever, it doesn't matter. Live. Like, this is all the bigger the text is on my phone. So I'm trying to glance at this, but I have to keep it far enough away you can't see it in frame in SideQuest. And I'm trying to keep it, like, close enough to in front of the camera that if I make a little sound and the Hangouts thing switches to me, it doesn't look like I'm down here playing on my phone. Like, I'm trying really hard to be subtle about it. So it's like, for me, I'm not Ark, I'm not Magog, I'm not juggling nearly as much shit as they are. So I try really hard to keep an eye on the chat, but this is my chat, and it's like way far away from me. I'm like squinting at it, you know, while trying to make sure that I'm looking close enough to, like, you know what I mean? So it's really hard for us during the chat. Like, one time I did see, I thought I saw something weird. Oh my god, stop. Close window. Be gone, thought. Like, I saw something weird that time that one mod, like, went rogue and was flipping out and being really shitty. But it's like so many people talk shit because, like, the people who are watching SideQuest they wanna do what we're doing. Like, they're kind of talking shit at us because they're playing along with, like, the roles we're playing. So it's like midstream, if somebody says something kind of mean about one of us or about the stream and I see it, I'm not immediately going to be like, oh shit, something's up, and like type in the Hangouts like we've got a troll in the chat or whatever. Troll in the dungeon. Like, you know, like, so I remember seeing that person. I said a lot of likes there. Yikes, TM. I am sorry about that. But it wasn't until we got the chance to breathe, which is when the stream was over, when we realized this dumb little, you know, rotatard is like wreaking havoc and abusing their wrench power. We try as hard as we can to acknowledge the chat and see everything you guys are doing, but it's really hard with all the stuff we're juggling. So yeah, that was a really shitty situation. We got her to go for 2 hours. I hate you, Diogenes. You people are monsters. Monsters, you hear me? Yeah, Assassin said, fun fact, the crude humor of SideQuest dates back to the very beginning. Exactly. That's part of the show. That's part of Magog's sense of humor. Like, that's one of my problems. Like, people try to, if people don't like something, we have this culture now of, like, you have to make it objectively bad. Like, people don't think their opinions are valid. For example, if you don't like PewDiePie, you can't just say, I don't like PewDiePie. He's overrated. He's not funny. He's boring. I don't like him. That is a perfectly valid opinion. That is just as valid as somebody like me thinking he's pretty funny. I enjoy him. People are so insecure in their opinions that they can't handle that. They have to be like, PewDiePie is a Nazi and he's horrible and he's problematic and he's misgendered people and he's transphobic and he's evil and he's part of the 1%. Like, people are so insecure in their opinions that they have to make something or someone objectively bad. Like, it can't just be not for me. It has to be evil. And that is part of this self-righteous crap that you see on, like, Twitter that I was talking about earlier, you know? Like, your opinion is not invalid if you're, like, for example, I'm like, I don't care for Shoe on Head's content. That's my opinion. That doesn't mean that I'm objectively correct and all the people who love her content are wrong. Their opinions are just as valid as mine. Like, I don't have to go on this stupid tirade and be like, Shoe on Head is transphobic and she's friends with racists and she's a horrible person and she's a liar and she, you know, like, you don't have to slander someone and try and make your opinion the only right opinion. You don't have to be a freaking megalomaniac about things. Like, you're allowed to just not care for content. And people don't get that. Like, yeah, it's like SideQuest has always been that way. Oh, I really appreciate that too. The Amazing Critter Man said, the only constant in life is change. I'm just happy SideQuest has a cast that has fun. That's why I watch. Well, thank you. Yeah, it's like, I don't think I'll ever be as clever and funny as Weibo. I don't think I'll ever be as clever and funny as Beardy. You know, I don't think I'll ever be as like cool and laid back, and I don't think I'll ever be as like comfortable and natural in my character as you know, Erlen's character. I don't, you know, like, I have a huge amount of admiration for these people. So it's like, it doesn't bother me as much as I thought it would, but when people are like, wow, these new people are just dumb and annoying and not funny, and they're nowhere as good, like, why did you replace those people? There's a stream on the channel where those people explain why they had to leave. None of us forced anybody out. Like, we have huge admiration for the incredible talent that has been on SideQuest before us. But it's like, it's fun when I'm like, I was studying up for the show and I'm like, shit, these people are good. I'm never going to be as good as these people. And then you've got like those 3 edgetards in the comments who are like, this is stupid. She's not as funny as them. Like, it doesn't bother me as much as I thought it would at all. But it's, I don't know. It is weird how people have to be really dramatic and childish about it. I don't know. It's effective weaponized political correctness. It's what real comedy is. Oh, okay. I'm sorry, Jimbly. Yeah. You were really out there with what you said. You don't even want to repeat it. I don't even remember what it was, dude, unless you deleted it before I saw it or something. But yeah, I have a problem where like I'm learning now. I'm trying really hard to learn what is appropriate and what isn't. But I will say things that I think are really obviously not serious flirting, and then people think I'm into them. Like, I've had that happen before, and I felt so bad because, like, I said something that was so out of the blue and so forward and so irreverent that I was sure this guy was going to get that I was just messing around and starting a conversation, and this person thought I was hitting on him, you know? And I felt so bad about that. Like, I don't know if that's exactly what you were saying, but I'm learning that things that I think are very normal conversation, other people mistake as me flirting with them. And then people will be flirting with me and I think they're just talking to me. Like, I've had to pull back a lot in what I say because I'm realizing that I don't understand what is and what isn't perceived as conveying actual, like, romantic intent towards someone, I guess. Does that make sense? Yeah. Well, good for you, man. It would be interesting to talk about that religious stuff sometime. Yeah. Chrome sucks because it is Chrome. Try Opera. Well, the problem is Hangouts, you can only do a Google Hangout with Chrome, you know, and that's how we do SideQuest. So, but yeah, like, I think I've tried to open the stream in another browser to watch it, and it's just Chrome takes up so much of my, like, CPU that I just have to watch the stream on my phone if I've got Hangouts open. You suggest the Brave browser? I'll look into that. Excuse me. Yeah, I agree, Race, about the sci-fi thing. Like, there are things that I think they're doing wrong in the new Star Wars. I think there are some objective, valid complaints, but yeah, it's like, it's okay to just not like something. Like, I don't like Western superheroes. I never have, I never will. I do not like the Marvel movies. I don't like any of that stuff. That is a wildly unpopular opinion. But I don't have to like run around saying it's super problematic and all the stories are like they have racist and patriarchal and colonial origins. Like, I don't like it. That doesn't mean everybody who likes the thing that I don't like is supporting something horrible. Like, it's okay to just not like something. Exactly, the smoking rat said there is no agree to disagree anymore. Battle lines must be drawn. Someone must win. Exactly. Yeah, they can't win PewDiePie's favor, so they must destroy him because he is the lord of YouTube. What he thinks impresses millions of Americans in pop culture. Yeah, people are very threatened by that and hate that, and big corporations and network news hates that. Although, I think... I'm so sorry, it's gross, excuse me. I do think Felix definitely has some kind of deal with YouTube. You know, I think he's definitely taken precautions to make sure his employment is stable. You know, I'm not saying he's like this evil, insidious insider person necessarily, but I definitely think Felix has been proactive in securing his you know, his income and the stability of it in the future. You know, like just like him selling out and giving money to the ADL. I think he, you know, he's definitely not like somebody who's like a champion of free speech. You know, he's a little bit more pragmatic of a business person, which is disappointing. But yeah, that's true. That's definitely why people are threatened by him, is because he is so incredibly powerful. You know, one guy with like 1 or 2 editors that are taking turns editing his videos. Like, this one guy is more entertaining than, you know, network television that takes millions to make. That is a terrifying threat to many people. Yeah, I agree, Ryder, with what you said. Later, dude, I'm sorry. I see you're heading out here. I don't think I was hitting on you, the VGC. Probably not. I'm not talking about you, dude. I just feel so bad. Like, I approached somebody thinking that we were going to be friends, and I said something that was really, really crass and forward, but I genuinely thought it was going to be obvious that I was just, like, trying to be one of the guys, just starting up a conversation. Like, I thought if I was as out there and just crazy and off the wall as I was with what I said, that would be understood. And that's another one of the reasons why I'm pretty sure I have high functioning autism, is because I really, really struggle to understand what is flirting and what isn't. You know, I say things, and I've talked to other, you know, high functioning to different degrees autists who think the same thing, you know, high functioning autistic women. Like, you're just talking the way you think people talk with their friends, and then you realize to your horror people think you're, like, putting the moves on them. You know, like, I think lighthearted flirting is fine, but things that I think are very clearly just, like, friendly banter, people have mistaken for me conveying some sort of, like, romantic or even sexual intent towards someone. And I feel horrible when I confuse people like that, because, you know, it's not like I'm choosing to lead people on, but that's the result, you know. So I've just, like, withdrawn hugely. I don't know what to say and what not to say to people unless I know them really, really well, because my intention is never to make anybody feel uncomfortable, or I don't ever want anybody to, like, follow me or like me or be my friend because they think they have a shot with me. Like, I don't ever want to lead anybody on and hurt anybody. You'd be surprised how desperate guys are getting to find girls who are like you and interested in them, lol. Well, yeah. I mean, that's one of those things, like, I try to mention my fiance from time to time, you know, because I don't ever want that horrible, heartbreaking moment, like, when you find out somebody's in a relationship that you didn't think was. Like, there's always going to be new people who show up and don't know about that. But like, there was that whole thing where there was like this Twitch streamer girl who her like husband walked in the room or something, and her viewers went ballistic because like her whole image was based on them all hoping desperately beyond hope that they had a shot with her. Like, I mean, I know like shit happens no matter what, like you can't control who you have feelings for, but I have been the person whose feelings were not requited. I am the one who was like friend zoned or rejected far more times than I have been the one doing the rejecting, or, you know, far more times than the person I've liked has liked me back. And I just want so much to never put somebody else in that situation. Like, you can't help if you develop a crush on somebody, I guess, of course, but like I want to make sure people know that I'm in a relationship, and it's a pretty secure, stable, happy relationship. I don't ever want, you know, people's hopes to be up and then to have their hearts broken. Like, that is a horrible, horrible feeling. And you know, I try really hard to make sure that doesn't happen, because it's just awful, you know. That was kind of a tangent, but I don't know. It's the MST3K effect. People randomly hated when the robots changed actors / puppets, or when Joel was swapped with Mike. I think all of them were fine. Yeah, people don't like change, and I don't like change, to be fair. But like, if you're brought in to fill a role that somebody else filled before, you know, unless you're like the other woman and then you married the guy after he dumped his wife for you or something, which is what we're getting treated like on SideQuest by, you know, just a very vocal minority of fans. Like, you know, you can't help that stuff and you get blamed for it. Like, I don't like change either, but yeah. Aw, Jimly. Assassin says, take heart, Elf Maiden, you can have them sent to the mines in the Valley of the Grey in the realm of Sundervale. Sundervale, am I reading that right? Have them worked to death like in the old days. I like the patriarchal colonialistic movies. I have no problem with stuff like that. Like, even if I don't know. I like problematic content myself. I forgot about the Dissenter browser. The Dissenter browser made my Gab uses half the memory of Brave. Wow, okay. Pretty sure a girl could actually hit on me and I would have no clue. Yeah, I don't know. Everybody's so different in that way. I don't know. Mistaking it for flirting could also just be wishful thinking on their part. Yeah, stuff like that happens too, I know, but it's like, we as a culture are a total freaking mess. Like, we don't even know what is flirting and what isn't. Like, some people will tell you, like, if a girl is smiling at you a lot and making eye contact and, like, listening to what you're saying, she's into you, dude. When, like, the girl might have been raised to be, like, the polite thing to do. You don't like play on your phone. You don't look around. The correct way to behave towards someone is to be engaged in what they're talking about, you know? Or there's a whole cultural thing where there are people out there who truly believe that you cannot be a man and a woman and be friends without some kind of sexual thing happening at some point, or there being sexual tension. Like, if you believe that, and many people, hundreds of thousands, millions of people have been taught that, like, if you are friends with someone of the sex you are attracted to and that's what you believe, you are assuming, in a way, you're operating under the belief that something's going to happen eventually. When the other person could be like me, where I've had more guy friends than girls in my life, you know? I am attracted to both sexes, so it doesn't mean much for me, you know? I'm not allowed to be friends with anybody if that's the case, but, like, you have dynamics like that too, where you know, somebody might think it's totally normal and not suspicious or sinful or like a temptation to be close friends with someone of the opposite sex. Or the other person in the party might not think that's even possible. Like, our culture is a mess, like, as far as what flirting even is. You know, it's really hard for everybody. We're meant to teach them to loosen up. They're the one with the disability to express. Yeah. G-Knots. Future husbando is a thing. Have you set a date yet? We have not. The 2 worst days of my life, little bit of TMI trivia there, were weddings. I hate weddings. There is nothing more torturous and horrible to me than having a bunch of people stare at you. Like, I was a bridesmaid, like, last summer or the summer before, and I was so scared the whole time. I was right on the cusp of fainting the whole time during the wedding, and I wasn't even the one that everybody was staring at. Like, that kind of scrutiny, that kind of attention on you is terrifying. And if we could just keep it to a couple people, it would be one thing. But, like, he has family members who are going to just fly here and show up, whether they're invited or not. Like, I don't know. It's one of those things where I don't know when it's going to happen because I hate weddings. I'm terrified of weddings. It is the worst, most horrible thing in the world. So it's, you know, when there's this societal pressure to do it a certain way, it's, you know, it's, yeah. I have no clue when it's going to happen solely because of me and my issues. You know, like he's very charismatic. He's comfortable around his family and around my family. I'm dreading that aspect of a wedding. So I don't know. I'm not sure how soon it's going to be. Yes, White Squall said Amaranth. Amaranth, I believe, is like that. She pretended not to be married so she could get some beta orbiters to pay for some of her attention. Yeah, see, that's insidious. I think that's evil. Like, playing with men or women or anybody's emotions like that, like profiting off of people. Your entire income is made from leading people on. That's evil. I'm sorry. That's evil. Like, if it's someone like Shu, like, everybody knows that Shu and Skeptic are together, you know, so it's like, if people have crushes on her and she's pretty and she plays this, like, really cutesy, like, awkward nerdy girl persona, you know, that's her, like, Shu persona, that's her character, you know, it makes sense that people are going to have crushes on her. But, like, at least in circumstances like that, you know, nobody can ever say that she, like, led them on. Like, people who are omitting the fact that they are in a relationship explicitly, like, to get support from people, that, who hope that they have a chance with that person, like, that is evil. I'm sorry, that's atrocious. People are horrible. Freaking don't do that, Twitch streamer, ladies. I know, she's almost caught up. I'm going to bed soon, I swear. I've got a date with not being able to find any good fan fiction and falling asleep disgruntled very soon. Yeah, she sounds horrible, White Squall. I really think Magog should do an homage series to MST3K, him in a circulation of 2 side questers. Yeah. 2 things a soldier hates: the way things are and change. I like that. The VGC said, a girl told me in high school that whenever a girl likes to touch you innocently and stands close to you, that means she's into you. Ugh. Yeah. Apparently that is only true for girls that are touchy-feely and prefer physical contact. I could never be that way. What's weird, we're in such a weird like time now that if you touch somebody on the arm or something, they could like get you expelled or get something on your record, you know? Like I read a story in one of my videos semi recently, like a monthish ago, where an autistic little boy got put on a sex offender registry for hugging and kissing his classmates. A 5-year-old autistic boy is now a sex offender for life because he like hugged and kissed his classmates. A 5-year-old. Like, that whole new aspect of it is bizarre and terrifying. But yeah, it's like, I don't know. Like, I could never do that either. Like, touching people is so forward and terrifying that, like, I've never romantically been interested in anyone. If that's how you convey, you know? Yeah, it's just, it's so frustrating and confusing. So you're just going to get the papers and be done with it? My sister did that. Maybe, possibly. I'm still very undecided on it because so much of what I want to do is so clouded by the pressure from everybody on what the correct thing is to do that it's taking me a while to figure out what exactly I want to do. You know, whether I want to just have a small thing, or just, yeah, like go to the courthouse or something and be like, yeah, we're married. Oh. I'm not sure. Nuvi said, when I was a kid, me and this girl were talking about kissing and she asked if I was a good kisser. And I said I didn't know. So she tapped her jaw next to her mouth and said, let me have it. That is so cute. That is like, that is the cutest thing ever. Oh my gosh. E-girls just need to be truthful. Same with fit dudes. Yes. Yo, Michelle, have you ever read Reylo fanfiction? I have not. I love that ship. I love the idea of that ship. I've read some Star Wars fanfiction, and oh my god, Star Wars fans are not playing around. It's like novels and novels and novels. There's not a lot of fanfiction with General Grievous in it, so I'm not that interested. But I ironically, like, one of my cousins is very, very similar to me, even though we've never talked. You know, we don't really know each other and aren't friends or anything. I know she writes a ton of fan fiction. Like, she's a little younger than me, and like what she does, like when she's done with her homework and her extracurriculars, is she goes in her room, listens to music, and writes fan fiction. So I'm like, I guarantee you, if I read Reylo fan fiction, I would be reading some of my cousin's fan fiction. Like, I know she's into Reylo. I can just tell. So we need to start talking so she never catches up. Yeah, Jimbly said, one of these days I'll figure out how to get my past 10 years of harsh social problems out in a way that'll help me cope and move on. It's hard. It is really hard. It just sucks, you know, like, the thing that I had to accept, this shirt is so badly sewn. It is so crooked. Oh boy. Like, one thing that was kind of hard to accept for me was that, like, your whole life is going to be a project of repairing yourself and growing as a person. Like, it's never going to be something that you just accomplish and it's done. Like, the things about you that are broken and screwed up from whatever the sources of that trauma, it's a lifelong project, getting over that stuff. And the main way to do it, the only way to really get over that stuff is, to an extent, you have to kind of delve back into it, and you have to look at the parts of yourself that you are ashamed of or afraid of, or the parts that are bad, or society or, you know, family members or friends or loved ones have rejected. You have to find those parts of yourself and try to examine them and embrace them. That's basically what shadow work is, the term coined by Carl Jung. You know, you have to venture into the darkness inside yourself, as out there as that sounds, to become whole. You know, like, there are parts of all of us that we are ashamed of and afraid of due to having been ridiculed or punished for them or whatever. And in order to become whole and in order to heal, you have to kind of like uncover those things that you have buried and sit with them and acknowledge them and forgive yourself for things that weren't your fault. Like there was a weird thing that happened to me as a little kid. And it's just like, it was something really weird, but I didn't think about it for like 4 years. I just forgot about this thing, and every time I remembered it, I just remembered it. I didn't think about it, but it was something weird that an adult told me as a little kid. And I'm like 27. I'm a couple days away from being 27. And it just like 2 days ago occurred to me, that wasn't your fault. That was not your fault. You were like 7 or 8. That was not your fault. Like, it's just things like that. Like you have to kind of look back at little things, and they're always going to be things that you can change your perspective on if you revisit them. Like, should I tell that story, or is that too personal? I guess I can say it. Like, this is an odd little tangent here. But like, you know, I mean, it's one of those things that you have to examine those shitty things that happen to you, and those parts of yourself that you have abandoned or buried or suppressed, you know, in order to grow as a person. Like, and that stuff it's a lifelong project. Becoming happy, healing from the bad shit that you have done to yourself or that has been done to you by life and the people around you. It's a lifelong thing. But I'll tell you guys this weird anecdote that happened to me as a kid. I was going over to my friend's house, and my friend's dad picked me up, and I think my friend was with him at the time, and we were little. We were like 7 or 8, maybe like 9. And I had a couple things with me, just like things I was playing with. I wasn't old enough to have like a phone or anything or a purse. I don't think I was spending the night, but maybe I was. I had a bunch of stuff with me, but I was just like a kid, and I was being goofy, and I was in the middle of brushing my hair. So I took my hairbrush with me and was like brushing my hair in the car as my friend's dad and my friend came to pick me up, and then we went back to their house so I could play with her. And then like a couple weeks later, my friend's dad either came to pick me up to take me to her house, or he was taking me home. But my friend was not there at the time. My friend was a little younger than me. That's not really relevant. But either he was driving me to their house or he was driving me back. And he asked me, do you have a hairbrush you lost at our house? Or did you leave a hairbrush in the back of my truck last time you were over, or like a week ago? And it just kind of clicked in place. Like it wasn't like the main one I used, it was just one I had, so I didn't realize I'd lost it. But it just clicked in place, and I said, yeah, or yes, I think I did. And he was kind of quiet as he was driving. Excuse me. And he got quiet for a little bit, and then he said, my wife thought I had a girlfriend. Because their whole family, they're all brunettes, and my friend's mom found a hairbrush with long blonde hair in it sitting in the back of her husband's truck. So it's like this stupid, like, clueless, completely innocent thing I did as a little kid had thrown my friend's parents' marriage into turmoil for like a week, a month. I don't know how long it was between when I forgot the hairbrush in his car and when he told me this. But like, that was this horrible, shocking thing that caused me such guilt and shame and horror. SMHU homewrecker. I know. Yeah, like, that happened to me a decade and a half ago. A decade and a half ago? Yeah, like over a decade and a half ago. And I was talking to my fiance about it recently. For some reason, it just happened to come up. And I have lived with that bizarre little anecdote that was so shocking and horrifying, that made me feel so guilty and ashamed and awful. It took me until I was almost 27, when this happened when I was a little kid, to realize, one, why the hell did he tell me that? That's not appropriate. You know, as an adult man in like your mid-40s, you do not tell a little kid, because you left your hairbrush in my truck, my wife thought I was having an affair, and that was the girlfriend's hairbrush. Like, you do not tell a child that. I don't know why adults, since I was a tiny child, adults have always just thought they could put all their shit on me. Because I talk like an adult and I act like an adult. I was very mature and sober for my age. That's not relevant. I was still a freaking child. Like, it took me until I was almost 27 to be like, why the hell did this grown married man, like, obviously he can ask if it's my hairbrush, because that was like a life-changing revelation to realize it was mine and where it came from. But it took me this long to actually think critically about that event enough to be like, that was not appropriate. That was not he should never have told me, have put that on me, a tiny, isolated, only child. You do not just dump that shit on a tiny child whose parents are getting divorced, whose life is falling apart. You do not just say, my wife thought I had a girlfriend. You do not put that on a tiny child. You do not make a child feel like, oh my God, I almost just ruined my friend's parents' marriage. And it took me till I was almost 27 to realize that was not my fault. I did nothing wrong there. I have nothing to feel guilty about. It took me till I'm closing in on 30 years old for that one little event that was horrifying and so shameful to me as a child. It took me this long to, like, actually, aside from like vaguely remembering that, and because it was unpleasant, I just pushed it away every time I remember it. It took me this long to realize I did nothing wrong. I was a kid who forgot a hairbrush somewhere. Like, it's things like that that are why it's so important to, you know, as long as you're not like triggering yourself to relive some horrible trauma, obviously, you know, there are certain things that you absolutely need, like a psychiatrist or a spiritual guide or whatever you need someone there for. But aside from extremes like that, that's why it is so important to re-examine and revisit and sit with the really, really uncomfortable shit that was so unpleasant, that, you know, that bothered you so much or was so upsetting to you. Like, I was able to heal from one of the many little things that made me so ashamed and upset and that filled me with such guilt. You know, it was just as simple as remembering it, thinking about it for a couple seconds and being like, what the hell was that about? You know, like, I know that was an insane tangent, but like, that's just one of those anecdotes that, like, I think it was you, Jimbly, who said something that got me off on this tangent, but like, it's called shadow work, basically, is the term in psychology for it. And it's hard and it's harrowing, and it's like It's like a real, tangible, physical journey. But, you know, like, it's something that I think everybody has shit that they can heal from and benefit from growing through and overcoming. And that was just, you know, that was just, that was my weird little TMI sharing too much with the internet, like, anecdote for the night. Exactly. Race many moons ago said, we're terrible with dealing with sex crimes anymore. We take forever with the real criminals, but we're quick to slap down the innocent. Exactly. This Me Too thing, as good of a thing as it may have started out being, it has been perverted into this thing that not only ruins innocent people's lives, but it makes it so much harder for victims to come forward and have any credibility and be believed. You know? That it's very sad. A friend of my younger brother was fired for sexual misconduct because he hugged a girl that worked there. Ugh. Even though she initiated the hug and it was someone else that saw who complained. That is horrific. That shit is horrible. You are not innocent until proven guilty. You really aren't. It's horrible. You're into General Grievous erotica? I don't know. Maybe. Am I? Maybe. Yes. Yo, I have some lewd Grievous fan fictions in my stupid meme group. What's worse, me asking for them or me coming back to you and being like, no, yeah, I read that like 3 years ago? I don't know. Oh, Nuvi, it blocked the second part. I thought she wanted me to punch her. I asked for further explanation and she's like, are you mentally challenged? That is so cute. Yeah, her wording, I can totally see being like, are you sure? You want me to, like, that is so funny, dude. I'm sorry it took me this long to hear the rest of that. That's really cute. We the same age for a few days. Yeah. Where was my birthday present? Where are you? I don't know where to send your present, silly. The next 6 minutes. Hey, hello, welcome. I've been rambling, my friend. Ain't nobody gonna accuse me of having a girlfriend because there is a brush in my car. Because I ain't never having a girlfriend. That is so cute. Matt said, I don't know why for sure, but when I moved in 6th grade, kids around my age at best gave me a cold shoulder or at worst legit tried to physically attack me. I was lucky some of it got recorded. That's horrible. Stuff like that is why I decided at a young age that I'm surrounded by assholes. I'll just be me and good people will come in time. I mean, that's a horrible way to have to come to that conclusion, but that's a very good way to look at things. Like, just to be yourself, you know? Don't change yourself to make people like you. Be secure in who you are, and good people will come to you. I'm sorry, you guys can probably hear my heater. I'm so frustrated with how loud that heater is. There are quite a few things I was only able to move past many years removed from when it happened. Yes, it's very human. 100-handed vibrator. Oh boy. Grievous has 4 arms for lots of stuff. I've heard that joke before. Me Too was never built around good intentions, says Assassin. It was started by Jar Jar Abrams' wife as a power play in the studio. Well, I mean, that's relevant. It really is. It's just, it's so sad. It's so sad that there are so many insidious, horrible people who know that what they're doing will not only ruin the innocent person's life, but will undermine and sabotage the credibility of actual victims, and people are still shameless and they'll do it anyway to get what they want. Am I getting hives? Why am I getting hives? What the heck? It's horrible. Deep disagreements with childhood friends, for example. Yeah, I've had some pretty traumatizing things happen with childhood friends, and it, you know, like, trauma or things that you have to heal from psychologically don't have to be like my father beat me, or like my babysitter molested me, or I saw my grandma fall over dead from a heart attack all of a sudden in front of me, or like my brother killed my cat. Like, it doesn't have to be some horrible thing. Like, that's another thing. Like, you're allowed to have been traumatized by things that seem mundane compared to like what somebody else has been through, you know? Like, the seeming validity or severity of something that bothered you doesn't change whether it bothered you or not, you know? And like, I've had people who have been through insane, like horrifying things compared to me lecture me for trying to downplay what I've been through because they've been through worse. Like, you can't compare your traumas ever. Like, yeah, you know, does that make sense? I think so. Like, you can't, don't ever feel like because somebody's been through worse, what you were through isn't worth comforting yourself and trying to heal from or get over years later. Because there's always going to be somebody who's been through worse than you, you know? And if we all just think, well, this person's been through worse, so I don't have any room to talk, then we all are these, you know, stagnated, I guess stagnant is the word, is it not? We're all these stagnant, broken people who are like, you know, frozen in stasis and don't get to grow as people and live out our fullest potential as happy, well-rounded people. That's a really deep place to go from General Grievous erotica. Man, we just twists and turns, man. We never know where we're going to end up on this hellish nightmare ride that is my streams. There were serious sexual assaults being protected for a long time. Yeah, Epstein, Weinstein, Saudi royal family. Yeah. The casting couch was installed with Hollywood's original furniture. It's no secret. Yeah. If it's a crime that is committed, that's what the police are for. Yeah. Do you still need sleep, lol? Oh my god, Jimbly, I'm going to bed, I swear on my life. I'm gonna go to bed with my little Freddy Freaker plushie and my poor fiance. Somehow Freddy Freaker always ends up on his side of the bed, so he gets like bitch slapped and goes flying in the night. Freddy Freaker, not my fiance. I play on my phone till I go to sleep. That needs to happen soon, as you can tell from the fact that my voice is leaving. Oh my god, I almost actually read that seriously. VGC. For God's sake, dude, I didn't see where that was going at first. I didn't remember. Ugh. The only, like, superhero movies I have enjoyed, ever are The Dark Knight. I didn't mind Venom. It was kind of silly and childish for me, but I still liked Venom. I liked The Dark Knight. I didn't mind Venom, and I really liked Joker. Like, I'm just not... Again, I'm not really into the whole Western superhero thing. But I love My Hero Academia, ironically, and One Punch Man. I was like, I love two things that are based on the cliche of American superheroes, but I don't like American superheroes. Because I'm a fool. White Squall said, what other people go through can add perspective as well, though. My closest friend was abandoned here in England by his mother when he was 11 and went through a ton of shit because of that. That's horrible, yeah. Thank you so much, Jacob Jet. That is so sweet. I really appreciate that. Take it easy, man. I hope to see you again soon. I hope you're doing well, and I hope I can make some entertaining content that is worth your support and stuff. We love you. Don't let us enable your insomnia. Yeah. I know I'm almost caught up, Brace. Almost. Yeah, like and that's true too. Like, you don't have to be like, how dare you say that people have been through worse? Like, it can help, you know, giving yourself perspective by thinking about how good you've got it compared to other people is a valid coping mechanism. And it, you know, it's the truth. Like, it can come off as insensitive for people to say that to you, but it is true. And that perspective can hugely help you, you know, no matter what kind of a spot you're in, even if it's unpleasant, that can still make you realize that, you know, things are okay. I know, Jimbly, I know I need to talk about Joker soon. Did you see Hell of a Boss and thoughts? I think I saw somebody respond and say, yes, I have seen Hell of a Boss. I watched it twice. I don't know how I feel about it. Like, I adore the world of Has-Been and Helluva, and all of Viv's character designs are so cute. They are just so, they're so cute. They're so aesthetically pleasing. Goodbye, memes. Farewell, friend. Like, it feels like if Has-Been Hotel met The Office, and I think that was kind of the vibe that Viv was going for. Like, I'm not as into how, like, mundane and lighthearted it is, and it's clearly going to be, like, episodic and not, like, this big, dramatic, overarching plot like Has-Been. But I really like the characters. I love Moxie. He's the cutest. And it's not just because Richard Horvitz is the voice actor for Moxie. I just think his character design is so aesthetically pleasing and so charming, and I relate to him a lot. But it's like, because Has-Been was so insanely sound effect heavy, the fact that there's almost no sound effects in Hell of a Boss is like really, it's like a total shock in comparison. So it's like I have mixed feelings on Hell of a Boss, but I do like it. I don't like it as much as Has-Been, but I still really like it. I think it's really charming and lovely, and yeah. Yes. How was that? Was that a good answer? Is your name Adrian or Adrian? I hope that answered your question. You should watch the Dora the Explorer movie. I don't know if I can do that for you, VGC. Well, look, stupid. Dark Knight and Joker are the only superhero movies I like. They're the only, like, Western superhero genre, like, universe movies I like. I don't like superheroes. They're boring. I don't like good guys, except for All Might, so I'm a massive hypocrite. I know. Okay, going to make this short hours later. You're right, Vincent. I'm sorry. Also watch The Mandalorian. I don't have Disney Plus or whatever, man. I did 90 minutes on my channel of Joker with tarot and runes. Really? I don't know if I saw that or not. I'll have to look into it. Looks like you're tearing up from all the deep sharing talk. I don't think I did. I'm so slow responding to the chat that I don't even remember anymore. Oh my god, it's 1:17. Help, what happened? Frick. I don't think I'm picking my pimple because it's sore. That's gross. I'm sorry. I won't do that. But it does kind of make me emotional to think back on it, because it was just such a weird little thing to realize that, like, there was this thing that happened, this weird, upsetting thing, and my whole life I let myself feel guilty. My whole life I, like, blamed myself for my friend's parents' marriage falling apart, when all I did was forget a hairbrush when I was on my way to a sleepover at another little kid's house. Like, it's so weird to put that into perspective, you know, and I do get emotional talking about stuff like that, but don't worry, I'm okay. Thank you. I could not probably create unique superhero. We need to do an MHA stream, but I need to watch the current season. I'm a little behind on the current season VGC, but yeah, we should do another stream on that. You would like Shazam. I would also like Shazam because Jack Dylan Grazer is in it, and that kid is like terrifyingly talented. You know how you just see people and you're like, they can't be human, they're so talented? Like, that kid is so talented, it's scary. Your name is Dutch, so Adrian, if that's easier, that was a good... Okay. We hit 3 hours out. Shut up, I hate you. You people are monsters. I'm going to bed. Pimple popping stream when? Never. I used to watch Dr. Sandra Lee's videos because I've got some obsessive compulsive stuff. And the dermatology stuff is fascinating to me. Like, that stuff is insanely fascinating to me. But I'm not going to do it on my own channel. Ever. Those were the good old days before, like, 9/10 of her videos were annoying, like, poorly edited ads. Don't get emotional before bed. You could get nightmares. Cut off the stream and get your beauty sleep with the freak. I know. Good night. You really did catch up this time. Thank you, Race. Okay, you guys are horrible. You're sending me mixed messages. You really did catch up this time. I did. Test. Your test passed. Good night, Nuvi. Good night, Amazing Critter Man. That's weird. Your message didn't show up on screen. Jimbly, I don't think the internet likes you. I think it knows you're a mischief maker and you're a wild card, and it knows you need to be contained. Killing Joke has seen it and complimented me on it live. Oh, cool! How cool, dude. Okay, I will watch it then. I'll make a point to remember. But yeah, I'm going Betty bye very soon, you guys. I'm gonna make this really quick. Thank you guys so much for watching. Doom Patrol on DC Universe is great. The internet will have a very Joker moment with me. It tries to contain me. Yes, good. But yeah, I just wanted, in conclusion, I just wanted to check up on you guys and say hi, and I've kind of recouped some energy, you know, because SideQuest takes so much out of me. You would not believe how emotionally drained, you know, you get from improving with people that you like really well and know really well for 2 hours, like twice a week. But it's exhausting. Oh yeah, good morning to you, Adrienne, or Adrienne, I'm sorry, however you say it. Good morning to you, and good night to everyone else, I guess. Don't apologize. You're doing fine, dude. It's fine. Dr. Sleep was lit, made me scared because children. I like Stephen King. That's for sure. But yeah, I just thank you guys so much for hanging out. I appreciate it more than you guys realize. But I'm going to go Betty bye. I've got some videos on the way, I promise. Some of them are short and some of them are long. I'm trying to make them less insanely long. But yeah, freaking, I don't know. Please, if you have not yet, if you want to, if you feel so compelled, please like, comment, and subscribe. But you don't have to. If my stuff is poopy, I concur. You don't have to. Share my stuff if you want. That helps me immensely. I'm on BitChute as well, although this will be up there later because I don't know how the little BitChute gremlins work who make your videos appear there after they're here for a while. I don't know why or how I set that up, but I'm glad they go there too. So yeah, I hope you guys are all having a good night and stuff and things. Ugh, I'm stiff. And yeah, I hope you guys are having a good time wherever you're at in the world, and just please hang in there, and know that you are loved and you matter, and yeah, just do your best. And if today was shitty, I promise you tomorrow can be better. Just remember that you deserve to be happy, even though that takes effort. And if you're anything like me, you're lazy and you don't want to do it. Do it anyway, because I said so, and I love you. Okay. That's all, I think. I love you guys very much. And I will see you again soon. I'm going to click stop streaming now, and I'm going to see what's in my eyeball. It's making it all bloodshot and puffy and red. Bye-bye. Should I click the bye-bye button now? I'm not sure. Uh-oh, which thing do I click? Do I click stop streaming or end stream? Oh, poo. Oh, geez. Oh, fiddlesticks. Uh-oh. I'm going to click end stream in the YouTube thing, and then I'll click stop streaming in OBS. I'm a genius. I know what I'm doing. Yes. Are you sure you want to end your stream? Yes!